What's up, you guys? This is One Classic Gamer here. Welcome you to part 139 of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. You guys are gonna get a pretty beefy video here out of this part because, well, I mean, this is the almost the last video. This is the second to last video. Man, I'm already butchering this. Gosh, I figured I would do this one solo, to be honest, because this is the last video that I had to do post commentary for, and there was a lot that I was going to be covering in this video. Like, I know this video is honestly going to be pretty long. I don't know how long. I'm actually doing something kind of different here. I'm editing these videos, this particular video in chunks, and I'm doing the commentary in chunks. So hopefully it sounds all right. You know, the transition from me now to, I don't know, me in the next 3 hours when I do the next chunk of this video. But yeah, the first 40 minutes of this video, first 41 minutes of this video is us basically getting the rest of the Addison signs out of the way. I don't think these are required for 100%. I mean, there's a lot of things that I do in this game that technically don't count towards 100%, but I chose to do it anyway because, you know, I'm crazy like that. And in the Zelda game, if it's any activity that requires my time to invest in it, and even if the reward is shit, like, I'm still gonna do it, you know? Like, I am very much a completionist and a perfectionist at heart, so, like, I'm gonna, like, do my damnedest to, like, literally fully 100% and clear the game out. And in this video, you know, I wanted to end the playthrough at 140 parts. So this video is pretty much everything else that I had to do at this point in the game leading up until that final boss. Like, that next video is going to start with the final boss, and you guys are gonna right away get to see me go straight for Ganon, because, you know, I am very much like that in open world RPG games like this. I mean, this isn't really an RPG, this is more of a open world game. I have to do literally every other activity before I go and fight the final boss, because I want the final boss to be like the last thing that I do, you know. I want it to be epic, and I want it to, like, really hit, you know. So I'm trying to get everything into this video, and this is more than likely going to be a pretty long, but it's going to be the longest video probably in the entire playthrough, because I'm basically, you know, like, mashing, like, or mashing isn't the right word, combining, like, 5 videos worth into one single video here. So it might be over 2 hours, I don't know, we're going to see. You know, the next part of the video is definitely the most tedious part, and it's, you know, the next chunk of this video, it's me hunting down all of the bosses in the game. There's a shit ton of those, and then I have to get all the recipes done. That might also take a lot of editing and, you know, just willpower to get through, but after that, it's pretty much all the other miscellaneous things, like me filling out, you know, getting the rest of the paraglider fabrics. Here, this is a boss right here, by the way, that I discovered. I am going to be marking every single boss on the map that I come across, as you guys are about to see. So you have an idea of where that particular boss is. I'm obviously not showing you guys where every single boss is, but there will be a point when I'm done with this where several times I imagine I'm going to bring the map up and you're going to see all the skulls. And if you want to take notes and, you know, rough notes and figure out where those bosses are, you can go and fight them yourselves. But yeah, I've had to, in my editing file here in Premiere, I've had to color these clips differently so that I can be sure to go over it with you guys if we're doing a boss or we're finding, like, a name location or something, because already in the past with these videos I've, you know, talked on and on and on and not acknowledged, like, oh, I came here to, like, discover this location on the map, for example, but I just didn't, like, mention it or talk about it because I was on some other fucking tangent. But yeah, I'm trying to make this video edited as clearly as I can for me, so I can convey what we're doing in it properly. But yeah, we're doing a shit load of stuff in this video. I would say this whole video was probably about 100 hours worth of playtime. I've got like 18 separate recording sessions to get through. The next one is going to be an hour 42 minutes. The one after that, 2 hours 52 minutes, 4 hours 17 minutes, 3 hours 32 minutes, 2 hours 44 minutes, 50 minutes, so that one's not as bad. 4 hours 42 minutes, 5 hours 34 minutes, an hour and 14 minutes, 2 hours 240, 16. These recording sessions are all gonna be like fucking hell to get through, so I don't even know. Like, I need to just like not look at them and pay attention to it too much, because I've done shit like this before. I've edited videos like this before, like The Last of Us Part 2, for example, remastered, which I did earlier in the year. That playthrough, the very, very last part that I did for that playthrough was like a heavily edited, like video, and it was like 16 separate recording sessions in one. It looks really long and tedious when you're looking at the lengths of each recording session, but when you get down to like the actual like editing through the recording sessions, it goes by quick, as long as you can just like keep going and remain consistent with your editing. Like, don't take any breaks, don't get distracted, which is hard for me because I'm a fucking pothead. So speaking of which, yeah, we're smoking in this video. I can't fucking get through this video without smoking. Sorry, guys. But not sorry. Yeah, Addison. I was really surprised to see, editing through this particular recording sesh, that I had actually gotten a lot more of these than I thought. And the same thing that happened to me with the Koroks happened with this guy. I missed one and I had to figure out where that one that I was missing was, but yeah, it wasn't anywhere nearly as bad, anywhere near as bad as the Koroks. It took me like 10-15 minutes to find the one that I was missing, to be honest. Because I had a pretty good idea. I had a pretty good, fresh memory of them. The start of this video all the way to the end of this video, all the shit that I cover in this video, and the finale is all stuff that I recorded back to back to back, just nonstop, in the span of a week and a half. This was a crazy week of recording for me. I was doing a shit load of gaming, man, to the points where I was falling asleep with my TV on still and shit, doing things, it really, really messed with me hard. But in the end, I was so happy and just excited to finally get there and finish the game and be one of those players who finally achieved that 100% rank. The next part, the finale, is 98%, all story, the end, the final boss, everything. It's going to be all of that, Here we got another boss. This is Molduga here, so I believe this is actually my final Molduga fight in the game. There's only 4 or 5 Moldugas, so getting the boss medal for the Molduga is actually really fucking easy. But, yeah, what I was saying was, the next part is going to be 98% pretty much what you guys want to see, the finale, the epic showdown and everything, and how that all plays out. But the only thing that I will say is there is a little teeny tiny bit of exploration at the very, very end of that video, because, I let the credits roll, I beat the game, and when I came back to the main menu, I had the game, when I reloaded my save, it puts you back to basically before the final boss, and you get a percentage counter, a little percentage, measurer, it'll say you have X amount of percentage out of 100%, and I had 98.70 something percent, which meant that there were still 4 or 5 name locations that on the huge ass map that I had to discover, and I did figure out where they were, and that's gonna all be edited into literally a couple of minutes, and then I do my little outro, and then that's it. That's the end of this playthrough. But yeah, I mean, I need to stop talking about the finale, honestly, because I want it to be more of a surprise and, something that, you guys can just hopefully enjoy and get swept up in. And, yeah, I mean, it's really fucking insane that I am here on the brink of just, like, being done with this game. Like, I just have to get through this one last really fucking tedious video. I'm gonna have to make a huge ass list of all of the materials and everything, which I know is gonna take me a couple hours. But yeah, I'm just gonna brute force my way through it. To be honest, I'm not gonna waste any time. Of course, I mean, I'm gonna have to stop in a couple hours to fucking go to work, But like, still, like, I'm like full speed ahead, like trying to get this shit done now, and determined at this point. Yeah, it's gonna be really weird to wake up and to edit and upload videos, but have none of them be Zelda videos. It's gonna be kind of sad. I feel. I mean, it's gonna be like bittersweet for sure. I'm gonna definitely be reminiscing. I think over the entire playthrough, once it's all said and done, I'm gonna be looking back at the whole thing like, damn, I did all of that work. But I'm also probably gonna be really proud. I'm proud already. Of the work that I've done. I'm gonna be like relieved, but also I'm gonna probably miss this game. I'm really, really going to miss it because honestly, every single open world game that I've played, I've gone through the same exact thing. Like Horizon Forbidden West, by the time I got to the end of that game, I was so over it and like ready to be done with it. But then the next day, I was like, I had to kind of remind myself, like, dude, you're done. You don't have anything left to do with Horizon. And that was honestly like kind of sad, because you've been with the game for so long that literally, I mean, this is going to sound really cheesy and probably pathetic to some people out there, but whatever, fuck it, I don't care. It's me. It's gonna be like kind of hard to because you develop a bit of a connection with the game, over time. The more and more you play it, like you're dying for it to be over, but then by the time it is finally over, it is like the emotions that you feel are just like it's complicated. It's gonna be weird not having to really worry about this game anymore, but it's going to be nice for me to finally free up my storage space on my computer and yeah, just go on to other mini playthroughs that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have 3 other playthroughs after this game, and 2 of them have already like been recorded like and done. And they're going to take a couple weeks of editing each, together. So that won't be bad. And then RE4 after that, which will probably be a longer one, but if I can, do the 10 videos a week or 5 videos a week in this case, I would say, because it's just one game, then I will be able to space it out, probably get it done a lot quicker, and it won't be anywhere near as bad because it's just one game that I have to focus on. I know that game is definitely going to be a grind to get through, but right now I'm enjoying it and I want to keep playing it. Like, just talking about it makes me want to play it. It makes me want to go back into that shooting range and start having at it with those fucking mini games again. I don't know why. I love shooting mini games for some reason. Damn, the shit's getting clogged up. I would say it's fucking Zelda, man. Zelda, like, these games are responsible for that, for getting me into, like, shooting games, because, some of, like, my favorite Zelda games have, like, the hardest fucking archery mini games, like, freaking, Phantom Hourglass. Boy, that fucking archery game, if you guys know which one I'm talking about, I don't remember the name. I think it was Banan Island. No, it wasn't Banan Island. It was another island. Where the third temple is and everything. That fucking archery game is so hard. That one is hard. Freaking, I think I did the archery game in Majora's Mask. That one was really, really hard. I don't think I ever actually beat that one, to be honest with you. There's a few other ones. Skyward Sword has a really annoying one where you have to like shoot the pumpkins as they're being thrown into the air. Like that one sucks. But through my experience of beating these challenges and doing these like shooting games, I've got a weird obsession with shooting games where like I have to like try to like play the mini game over and over and over again, and I want to like hit everything, you know? So like that's like where I'm at currently with RE4 and the shooting range. I'm just obsessed with those mini games. I don't know how I was able to like get this one to, you know, the thing clearly toppled over, but thankfully he didn't freak out, so you know, good for us. I'm talking about the video, by the way. Duh. They know, bro. Okay? People aren't dumb. So, yeah, I'm getting tired just sitting here talking about this shit. Here we're discovering a new location. With the chasms, you literally have to stand right at the edge of the chasm in order to discover it, like to trigger it on the map. So, there's the Forest of Time chasm. And, yeah, so this is really, really tedious. As you guys can tell, I'm not really being too helpful with the location of these because that would have been even more work, and I didn't want to put in more work than I needed to. This is really just a playthrough. You guys watching me obtain that 100%. So believe me when I say that I do cover pretty much everything else in the game in this one video. It's insane. This is gonna be such a chunky video, or maybe it won't be. I don't know. I bet you it's gonna at least be like 2 hours, you know. But when I say that finale is worth it, I mean it. I think this game has a better ending than Breath of the Wild did. You know, there's a lot more closure, and it doesn't feel anticlimactic, you know? It feels like built up and like, you know, deserved and like earned. And yeah, like I uploaded it in my like little community tab on my channel, which none of you have seen, but I don't think anyone goes over there because they don't expect me to put stuff up there. But I stated it, but like, you know, it's gonna be, for me, it was an emotional finale. Like I didn't cry at all. Like I stayed a man the whole time, you know, while I was playing through it. But like at least like 3 times, like I wanted to cry. Like it was like that, just like emotional payoff and that release of just like all that stress, just like all culminating in this, you know, this final battle, you know. So I'm really, really hyping it up again, going against my rules, talking about it when I said I wasn't gonna, but yeah. This is just how it be when you're doing these types of videos. I don't know what to tell you guys. You don't know how tedious and grueling this shit can be until you're actually in this chair that I'm in and you're doing this, you know, like it's a lot. And I don't mean to like complain all the time about how much it is to edit this type of stuff. Like I'm grateful that you guys gravitate a lot towards this stuff and really enjoy this stuff, this like super edited, you know, like these videos that really take me a long time. But yeah, I mean this probably might be one of the most insane ones I've done. It might be up there, like, it might be like, I'm going to take a guess right now and say that this video is going to be probably just as long as, a lot of you probably won't remember this because it was years ago, my Last of Us Part 2 collectible guide, which was like 2 hours and like 15 minutes or something like that. You know, it's probably going to be like that long, you know? Like I said, the boss battles are, you know, are a lot. There's a lot more of them. There's like 200 and like something boss battles in this game. So I'm gonna be skipping out on the traveling to the boss battles, but I am doing, like I said, that thing where every time I beat a boss, I open up the map and I mark it on the map so you guys can see exactly where on the map that I am, roughly, so you can go in and basically travel there if you want to, like if you haven't fought that particular boss yet. But yeah, the guy that you talk to for the boss battles is the guy in the like lookout landing, like emergency shelter, where I go to rest all the time. But we're not there yet. We're still helping this guy out. One thing I will say, I got from like I went from like 190 something rupees to like 1100 by the end of this, helping this guy out, because he gives you like 20 rupees for each time that you help him out. So I made a lot of money doing this. The reward is kind of whatever. You guys are gonna see what that is when we get there. But yeah, I mean, this is more like chill stuff in the game. I would say, like, if you have time to just like, you don't really want to do anything, you just want to play the game and just do random shit, like you could do this and it would take up a decent amount of your time, believe me, but if you're one of those types of people like me who after a while just has to tune out and like put music in and stuff, you can definitely do that for this guy, because it's literally the same thing over and over and over again, and it's just like the Koroks. The fucking reward is kind of whatever, but it's, I didn't hate doing this. I wasn't like bored doing this, like it just was, it was. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying this video right now, please leave a like, comment, give me your thoughts. I know this is going to be a really, really long video. I keep repeating that over and over and over again, but I'm trying to brace myself for it, and prepare myself for it, definitely. But yeah, part 139, man, I can't, like, just saying that is just making me go, like, what the hell, like, this is insane. Like, I barely made it with the Korok videos, and I'm glad that those are done. The last one was definitely the worst one to edit, I would say. Whoops. Shit. Sorry, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed having Justin with me on those videos. I know our commentary was like very, very just improvised and out there, him and I, like, when we're recording together, we have to get to that level. Like, we're not there like right away. Me, like, I can be consistent, like if I'm doing this on my own, I can, for the most part, just be on every single time I'm recording and whatnot. But when I'm with other people, sometimes it's a little trickier, because we have to, I have to explain to them, like, look, this is what we're gonna be doing for the next couple hours, and he was all on board for it, so I'm grateful for that. But, like, we had just a wild time, talked about some funny shit, I think it was definitely a little awkward in the beginning, but we kind of found our like a good rhythm at a certain point and just made it through that. It was fun to have him there, I would say. So I hope you guys enjoyed those videos. As I'm literally recording this commentary track right now, the part 100 excuse me, and 34 just came out, and part 135 is going to be coming out in a couple hours, or it's already scheduled and uploaded and everything, but yeah, I think we got a stone talus here in the background, or a battle talus. Yeah, definitely. I love the way you just get flung off of them whenever you kill them, It's so funny. But, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. What a great fucking game, man. Honestly, what a great game. I would say, for the most part, my experience with this game was like just insanely positive. Like, I love this game a lot. I really, really do. I don't think there's another game out there that I'm gonna play for a minute that's gonna be as big and ambitious as this game. It this game really, really captured me from the beginning, and I think this game sadly just gets overlooked by a lot of people, and it was kind of forgotten about really, really quickly. And the reason why it was like that is because everyone automatically was comparing this game to the original. And, nowadays, if the new game or movie or show or whatever, artist or album, isn't as fucking good as what came before it, then it automatically fucking sucks. And I think that is just like not okay. That's not a great way to look at things. That's the lazy way to look at things. Like, that's like me like taking a glance at something like what do you want to watch? And then my friend's like really, really wanting me to watch this movie, which, to be honest, on side note, I'm one of those types of people. It's not hard to convince me to really watch anything. But sometimes, yeah, I'm not in the mood for it, but I know in the back of my mind, if it's a good fucking movie, within a few minutes I'm gonna be like grabbed and like captivated, and I'm gonna want to keep watching it. So many other people are so hard to talk into doing things now that when a new movie or show or game or whatever comes out, a sequel that isn't as good as the original, it's like they're taking just a glance at it, like, I don't like the way that looks, but they're not like fully digging in and like figuring out why they don't like it. It's just like them literally just, looking at it like a child and just being like, no, not worth my time, And that's why I think great games and movies and shows are like overlooked all the fucking time. And the mass audiences, I mean, I'm going to be very controversial here, but this is just my own biases and beliefs, personal beliefs. Most people are into the generic shit now, like the really middle of the road, just whatever, average stuff. And that's like not the type of stuff that I want to be involved in. I want to work on the really smart stuff, the intellectual stuff, the stuff that makes you use your brain. Like, honestly, like, people need everything to be answered now, and like they want answers to all their questions and this and that. Like, if they don't get those answers, then to them it wasn't worth their time. And I'm like, no, the point is, it had an impact on you, and the film is trying to get you and to like think and use your brain and think long after you're done watching it, not just watch it and then forget about it the next day. Like, I would rather have someone honestly shit on my work and say it is horrible and give me a bunch of reasons for why it's horrible than to watch it and be like, yeah, that was good, and then forget about it the next day. Like, if it's good, I want people to be thinking about it, Like, I don't want it to be something that goes in one ear and out the other, but that's really what everyone wants now, because people are just a lot lazier now, in my opinion. And I'm honestly one to fucking talk, because I can be lazy, really, really lazy too, but, I'm doing these videos, busting my ass off on these videos, and I'm also working really, really hard because I need to support myself right now. So, it's like, I'm not trying to like say I'm better or anything, but like, I know that, how hard it is as a creator to make something and then just to have everyone write your shit off and be like, yeah, whatever. It's just is so fucking annoying and like frustrating. It really takes the passion out of what you want to do, because even if you are a professional and like it's something that you can just kill it while you're doing it, like while you're shooting and editing, you can just like put 120% into it and really make something great. Most people at some point are gonna be thinking about what the audience is going to think, while they're working on it, because really we do it for you guys to entertain people, and it's really hard, I imagine, for like up and coming directors to like disassociate themselves from that and just really work hard and put their all into something and believe in what they do, because most of the time if you do that, it'll show in the final product. But you know, it's just a fine line. And, you know, when people write shit off now because they're too lazy to, like, really think about what it is that they didn't like, they're just like, no, it wasn't as good or this or that. It just is, like, so disrespectful to the artist, you know? And I know I might be, like, you know, really, really barking up a lot of, you know, trees that I shouldn't be barking up right now, but it's just kind of how I feel in life right now, because I want to create, I want to do stuff, but I also have to work at the same time. I have to work my ass off, so I'm not lazy. Like, I know how to fucking, like, be efficient and, you know, utilize the time that I have to get my shit done. But so many people just want to, like, not do certain things because, I don't know, it just is like, what, you know, whatever, you know, like, but I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. You know, I went from Zelda to, like, talking really passionately about creating and stories and stuff, but yeah, hopefully I can get my film stuff going again soon. I'm planning on it as soon as I wrap up my my channel for a bit. There's probably going to be one more video. There's a freaking bug in here. Dead. So many bugs in here. I'm going to probably upload another video. It's going to be another one, basically with just me, yeah, like just updating you guys on the current situation. I would love to bring my channel back, and to be honest with you, I'm probably going to bring my channel back. You know, even if it's just casually, I'm more than definitely going to bring it back, because there's great fucking games coming out in the latter half of the year. The fall is always, you know, if you've ever been a YouTube content creator or a gaming creator and you play a bunch of games like me, you know that the fall is always like when they like just drop a shit ton of games on us, and so many great games are going to be coming out this year that I'm just like, I'm trying to prepare myself for it, you know. It happened to me in 2022, and it happened to me last year too. Like, we had Mario Wonder. It was, at least for me, like, personally, it was like 3 or 4 games that I got distracted with. Mario Wonder, then Modern Warfare 3, which was terrible, but I still put in the hours and played the game anyway. Alan Wake 2, which I'm covering again, which is kind of crazy. I've literally come full circle in this spiral. I'm just kidding. If you guys know Alan Wake, you know exactly what reference I'm making there. Yeah, there was one more game that came out, I think. I can't recall it. 2022 was crazy because I went from The Quarry into Stray, into The Last of Us Part 1, into Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, into God of War Ragnarok, and then the Callisto Protocol. Like, and then the Dead Space remake. Like, literally all of those games came out back to back in like 8 months in a row. Like, this year we got fucking, I need to get me an Xbox, honestly. Like, I need to buy a Series X when I have the money, because there's great games coming out on Game Pass. But, you know, we got, for me, first big one is Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. I'm really excited for that. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I'm definitely going to play that, and stream it a bunch casually like I usually do with COD. And yeah, there's other amazing, like, great fucking games. Oh, Mario and Luigi. I would love to play that. The turn-based RPG, because I've never played any of those types of games before. Silent Hill 2. We're getting a remake for that. I love Silent Hill 2. I actually have played it. I played Silent Hill 2 and 3 a long time ago, but I played Silent Hill 2 and 3, both on what is regarded as the worst HD remaster ever, the Xbox 360 remaster. But, you know, regardless, I still experience the game and know exactly what, for the most part, you know, what happens in it, and I love that game. So I can't wait to see that game remade. There's great fucking games coming out. I mean, I can't name every single one of them. A lot of them are coming out next year. in 2025, like Doom. That's going to be amazing. But yeah, it's looking to be like another crazy year for games. Um, I'm really like just like, oh yeah, Alan Wake 2. That DLC is going to be coming out in October at some point. Which the first DLC, if you guys know, I played it. It's going to be coming out as soon as, right when Alan Wake 2 ends, the DLCs is going to follow it. It's going to be like 3 videos. It is kind of whatever. It's fun. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it was very much like not related to the story at all, which I wasn't expecting, to be honest. But here we got another boss battle at Igneo Talus. It's over here, like in the Death Mountain area. I'm kind of moving around the map here in like a circle, like a clockwise fashion, or counterclockwise actually. Yeah, but you know, Night Springs is coming out as soon as that will be over, and when this game ends, RE3 is going to take its place. But RE3 videos are going to be scheduled in the evening, and the Alan Wake is going to be in the morning. You know, I usually schedule these Zelda videos like 8 a.m. first thing, and then around like 5 p.m. like I'll schedule the other playthrough videos to go up. So you guys have some time if you watch both, or you know, you'll know like when they go up and have time to like, you know, like watch it before the next one comes out if you do want to watch it, you know, like but yeah, I definitely post way too much content. That's for sure. But yeah. RE3 I'm really excited for, to get that going again and relive that. That was a great game. That platinum experience was honestly frustrating and like very like rage inducing, but also very satisfying to get through, you know, and master that, you know. And I feel that way with RE4 right now. I'm just in love with Resident Evil now. I really am. I would hate to say that I'm a like actual like fan now and get proven wrong, because it seems like most fans are like the people that like speed run those games and do those crazy runs, you know, and stuff. Like every RE game is meant to be beaten in a certain amount of time. Like you play it casually in the beginning, take your time, and then after that you just try to get through the game quick, you know. Me, I've always been a hardcore story guy, so I'm still going to try to get through it quick. But I'm going to be rewatching the cutscenes too. If they don't add to like the actual like playtime, I'll rewatch them, because, you know, I like watching them, even if it's repetitious to some people. I love experiencing the story too while I'm playing through it. And doing that and also playing through the game like really quickly and like a pro is like so satisfying. It can be like very like frustrating, you know, but also just very satisfying. This game I'm gonna have to beat it in like literally RE4. I'm gonna have to beat it in like literally 4 hours. It's a longer game, and I'm gonna have to beat it in 4 hours. And I'm just like, damn, that's gonna be tough. But yeah, enough Resident Evil for now. We're almost done helping this guy out. We've got just a couple left. I think 3 by the looks of it. This one and 2 more. Yeah, we're back in like the Heber region now. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, you guys. I don't really care, as long as you're engaging with me. I'm happy with that. So yeah, now you can see I'm literally at like 1,200 rupees. So I balled out hardcore with this. With this freaking this string of like Addison signs that I was doing, you know. But there was a lot to do here, and you know, we're almost at the end of this. As you can tell, I'm running out of things to say, but this is why I'm doing the commentaries in sections with this one, because if I did it all in the whole video, like literally just sat down after I finished editing it, it would be too much work for me, you know. And Plus, I think it's better. You know, you guys will, you can watch this video in segments if you want to. Maybe I'll find a way to see if I can, like, add time codes or timestamps in this video. I've never learned how to do that, but for this particular video, I might do it. Like, so when you're scrolling through in the time code, if you want to skip through the Addison signs and get to the boss battles, you can go and do that, you know. If not, you can just watch the whole thing, you know, but yeah, this is the last guy here that we're helping out. It was in the Hyrule, like, Castletown area, so pretty much the same dialogue plays out in the beginning. Like all of them. But once it's done, he'll have a little extra reward for us. $12.71. Nice. And now I can go to other places and put up more signs. Am I? I am. I'm all out of signs. I did it. I finally spread the legend of President Hudson all across the land. But it wasn't just me. I couldn't have done it without you. No matter where I found myself, you were there to keep President Hudson or his signs standing. There's no doubt about it. You truly admire President Hudson, though still not as much as I do. I'm giving you a very special present to thank you for all you've done. I'm sure you'll love it. And we get Addison's fabric, tough fabric bearing an image of Hudson, hand-drawn by Addison. It looks like it could be used to make a paraglider. All right, time to go back to Terrytown and tell Mr. Hudson the good news. So that's it. That's the end of that. And I will see you guys in the next section of this video. Okay, so now we're gonna get some paraglider fabrics. There were 2 of them that I was missing. I actually tried to hunt these for a little bit, but once I got stuck on like one that I couldn't figure out how to get, when it turned out that I had actually already gotten it but just didn't know it, you know, I kind of gave up and just decided to go for the boss battles. This is, I would say, like, you know, I probably said minutes ago, the most tedious part of this video. This whole section that I'm going to be doing commentary for is like an hour long. So yeah, this was definitely a lot. You guys are going to honestly see the same thing over and over and over again. But really, I mean, the main purpose is to show me beating all of the bosses and getting all those medals and marking them on the map. Now, I don't mark every single one of them on the map. There's about 100, I would say, just guesstimating, that I went to during the entire process of me doing this, that I had already beaten those bosses and just marked it on the map anyway, and I didn't even show those to you guys, because if I've already fought the boss, more than likely it was in a previous part or something, and you guys kind of will have, I guess, a general idea of where it is, even though you'd have to kind of dig for it, you know, and find that particular video. But yeah, I'm only really showing the ones that I haven't gotten. All the other ones I cut out because this video currently is an hour and 43 minutes long now, and there's still plenty more to pack into this video, so it's definitely going to be over 2 hours. I mean, I didn't really have an idea of how long it was going to be, but now that I'm like now that I'm about halfway through, I would say it's starting to become clear how much is going to be packed into this one video. It's definitely a lot, you know, and I hope you guys are, again, satisfied with this. But now we're going to finally be going on to the boss battles again for a bit, and we're starting off with the Taluses here. So this is literally going to be like 200 cuts of just the same thing. Me kicking the boss's ass, you seeing me mark the boss on the map so you can get an idea of where it is. I don't mark all of them in the beginning, so there are a few that you guys are going to have to just kind of figure out. I'm sorry about that. I just wasn't really thinking at the time. But this is where this one was in particular. But yeah, I think I start off fighting the Taluses, and then after that, I believe I go for the I think the Flux Constructs. See, I'm like, I'm already forgetting. Yeah, the Flux Constructs, the Gleox, then the Hinoxes and Feroxes, the Gerudo. Moldugas I've already taken care of at this point in the playthrough, so yeah, you guys should be caught up on those if you've been following along at all, with any of this. But I don't know why I always need to emphasize that. It's like, dude, they know, like you've stated like a gazillion parts ago that this isn't going to be a full guide. You're just showing the ones that you haven't done. Like, chill, man. Like, think of something new to say. Jeez. So I mean, yeah, I mean, most of the bosses on the surface are not that tough to fight. It's really the bosses down in the depths, I would say, that give you more trouble than they're actually worth. But regardless, I can't really tell you guys how long this took me. I mean, this was like, looking back, let me see. It was the first recording session, hour 42, 252, 417. So this took me at least like 10 hours to get all of these. I am not joking there. I wish I was, but it took me at least 10 hours, I would say. 10 to 12 hours to get all of these bosses. This is definitely up there as being one, you know, it's up there as being one of the most tedious things in this game. Like, if I had to pick, you know, if I had to rank, you know, for me, number one would be all the materials for the fairy fountain, like, armor upgrades and accessory upgrades. Number two would probably be the Koroks. Number three would be the boss medals. You know, the boss medals are definitely up there. And then the recipes and the Hudson signs after that, I would say. I don't really count the shrines as, you know, being that tedious, because let's be honest, we all kind of knew when they announced that this game was going to be, you know, just like the first game, that there were going to be shrines. So, like, I kind of knew, I kind of expected it, and I didn't really find the shrines to be that tedious, to be honest. I enjoyed the shrines quite a bit. I think the shrines up on the Sky Islands could have used a little bit more creativity. It seemed like they were kind of the same gimmick over and over and over again, but that's honestly just like such a small part of the game that, like, I don't really have many gripes there. I mean, it is a gripe, but it's, you know, I'm already contradicting myself. I mean, I think we all kind of contradict ourselves, to be honest. You know, we're contradictory. Yeah, forget that I said that. Jesus Christ. I'm glad Justin is not here with me right now. Yeah. Geez, I need to think of more things to say. Geez. I really need to be working right now, and I'm gonna have to go straight to work as soon as I'm done with this. Believe me, if I had another day off, I would just like keep fucking editing and try to get this all done. I would say that mostly, like, editing wise, I'm kind of out of the really tedious part of this video now. Now I just gotta cram everything else into one more chunk, which I'm going to do that, and then the last chunk of this video is going to be all the sped up footage of me fully upgrading everything at the fairy fountain, and then me reading that long ass list to you guys while you're seeing all of that. I really want the next episode, the finale, to start and just immediately be like you guys to be there into the story and everything, you know. So I mean, looking at this in hindsight, I guess I could have packed all of this. I could have made this a week's worth of videos, but I just, at this point, I'm ready for this game to be over. I'm ready for this game to be over, and I wanted it to be 140 parts. I felt like 140 parts would be better than 142 parts. You know, you can call my OCD ass out there if you want, but it's just, that's the way my mind works, you know? Like, I always settle on certain numbers that, to me, are just like, yeah, that's the number that I'm aiming for. But yeah, I mean, I think out of all the bosses in this game, the Stone Taluses and the Hinoxes are the ones that come in the most variety, meaning there are so much more of them to be found in the world than there are at, like, there's like 40 Froxes total. There's like 15 or so Gleoks. I apologize if I sound kind of phlegmy. Well, you know, you guys know why I sound like that, because I'm a fucking smoker. But also, yeah, so anyways, that was such a random deviation there that I took, for no reason, but whatever. Content purposes, like, subscribe, please. I know I've said that like a billion times, but, you know, I guess I'll do that every half an hour in this video if I can remember. If you are watching this and you are enjoying this, I put immense amounts of work into this video, and I am still working on it right now as I am recording this commentary. I am not done yet. I have already put about 8 hours into this, so yeah, this is easily one of the most tedious and repetitious videos I've worked on, but I'm proud of the fact that I've already come this far and haven't really stopped. I mean, I've given myself a couple of naps. I really need to chill out on the energy drinks because those are like really killing me right now, to be honest. But yeah, I also apologize if you guys get tired of hearing the dun 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 like music that plays every time I beat a boss. It was just how I chose to edit this. If I remember, just like the timestamps, don't quote me on this, but I'm going to try to see if I can change the audio levels and lower them a little bit more so you guys can, my voice will drown it out. If it does sound like that bad, but I don't think it does. I mean, I obviously have my own style whenever I'm working on these videos, and if you don't like my style, then deal with it, okay? There are plenty of other YouTubers who have covered this game. But also, please stay put and subscribe and give your boy a like, you know? Even if you didn't like this video, let me know what you didn't like about it. I mean, if it's the length issue, then I get it, but, you know, like I've already explained my reasoning there. Like, I want to get this done at this point and finish this game up and wrap it up, you know, because I've got other games in the works that I want you guys to see, and I'm excited for those, and I'm also just ready for this game to be over, you know? I feel like, wow, that guy really flung me, like, far. I feel like I've just gone on a complete arc with this game. Like, I'm in a completely different space than I am right now than I was when I started the game off, if that makes any sense. I'm pretty sure it will, but to me right now it currently doesn't, because I've still got X amount of time to talk for before I can, you know, give the commentary a rest again. But yeah, excuse me. I've been trying not to cough. I think I've been doing alright so far. Yeah, sometimes these guys give us diamonds, which is great because we need diamonds. We need a lot of money in order to get that 100%. You're going to need a lot of money, rather, should I say. And someone's freaking car alarm is going off, so I have to keep talking so you guys don't hear it. But more than likely you're going to hear it. And if you do, I apologize. I don't live in the middle of nowhere with a soundproof room. Okay? I am not that big. I have to make do with what I have, okay? You know, but they wouldn't call me classic gamer for nothing. Wait, what? What did I just say? They don't call me classic gamer for nothing. I am a freaking idiot, man. I am an Igneo Talus if I've ever seen one. That was a horrible fucking tie-in, dude. Justin may as well be with me right now, because honestly, I feel like if he was, he would fucking have called me out like 3 or 4 times now for saying random shit, you know? But yeah, time seems to be moving at a decent speed with this one. When I was doing the commentary earlier in this video, it kind of felt like it was like dragging, you know? Yeah, I mean, I'm like, you know, like the Addison signs, I'm kind of moving around the world here in like a counterclockwise kind of position where, I mean, I was using a shit ton of guides for this to figure out where these were. And I did face the same issues. I don't know what my deal is with always missing at least 1 or 2 of these things and having to like really look for them. But like the stone taluses, I think I fought all of them, but like there were a a fair amount of like Hinoxes that I was like missing, Froxes that I was missing, and I mean I made it work and I figured it out in the end, but you know it took some time for sure. Definitely took some time. Now we're down in the depths, and that person's car alarm is still going off, unbelievably. Gosh, I wish it was still nighttime right now. I got my ass handed to me there. Shit. After I beat the boss battle, the supposed, like, toughest part, you know? But it really isn't. So yeah, now we're down in the depths, and we're doing, some fights down here. I kind of, like I say, I do the Taluses first. I turn that in, get the medal for that. Thank God the car alarm is finally off. And then I get the medal for the Moldugas. And then I do the Flux Constructs, which most of the Flux Constructs, I don't think there was a single Flux Construct up in the sky that I was missing, to be honest. I might be wrong there, you know, I might eat my own words there in a sec, you know, but like after that it was pretty much just the Gleox, which honestly, in my opinion, fighting Gleox is so much fun. Like, I've always enjoyed fighting Gleox, you know, it's just like it's a perfect like challenge, and just like every time you really feel like you have to fight for that, you know, to like defeat them. And then, yeah, it's the Hinoxes, which are honestly really boring. And then not Moldugas, the Froxes. One of the things I will say, the Hinoxes are the one enemy that some of them, like the Stalnoxes, only come out during certain times of the day, like nighttime. So you might have to like create a campfire and wait by the campfire in order to get the like boss battle to like wake up and spawn. Because it'll be there like a pile of bones, but it won't be like awake, so you can't really like do anything to like trigger it unless you're around a certain time, basically. Thankfully, the Stalnoxes are the only creatures and bosses in this game that operate that way, and if they're down here in the depths, you can fight them any time of the day. It doesn't matter, because you're down in the depths and they're gonna be active and walking around and shit. So yeah, I think we're closing in. Oh, we're just taking out a Frox here. I think because this Frox was on my path anyway, so I decided to take it out. But I think we're getting close to the end of the Taluses. I might be wrong there, but yeah. But yeah, after this, I guess a little bit of a preview. I believe we're going to be getting the paraglider fabrics. It's really stupid. Like, there are some, like for the album and stuff, there are some pictures that you still have to take. Like, you have to find the silver enemies and take pictures of them because they aren't purchasable. Maybe they are, but I just decided to get them out of the way by finding them and taking pictures of them. So you're going to see me do that a couple times, pull out the camera to, like, down here in the depths, especially to take pictures of some creatures and register them in the album. But, yeah, basically we're going to be getting the rest of the paraglider fabrics, taking pictures, filling out the compendium, doing, like, finding spots on the map like register on the map, like name locations that I haven't gone to yet, and cooking all of the recipes. I think there's some more things that I do show to you guys, like how to grind for some of the dragon parts. I don't show you how to grind for every single material because that would have just been too much, and that was really the part of the game that I knew was going to take me the most amount of time, even though I used the duplication glitch and exploited the fuck out of it. Like, I still just didn't really want to show you guys where to find each and every single thing, because if you fill out the compendium, if you actually follow the order of things that I'm doing in this video, by filling out the compendium first, the compendium helps you find most of the resources and materials. You click on it in the album, it'll tell you what region you can find it in. You go there, you select it on the Sheikah sensor, and you basically just, figure out where the thing is, and yeah, you just grind for it. I mean, I use a duplication glitch, so for my trick, you only need one of each material. As soon as you have one of each material, you can use the duplication glitch on almost anything. The duplication glitch that I used in this game, there was a video that came out. This is a map discovery right here, by the way, Ginner Grove. I got this on the way to the Talus, so you're going to see when I pull up the map in a sec exactly where it is. Shit, I forgot what I was saying. The resources, the duplication glitch that I used when I did it, a video came out like 3 or 4 days later showing that you could do the duplication glitch for a different one for literally every single item and material in the game. I didn't know about that at the time, so the one that I used, certain things you couldn't duplicate, like animals, or creatures, like bugs, fishes, all that sort of stuff, because the duplication glitch basically involves you storing materials away in like the little zonai dispensers, which I'm gonna walk you guys through all of that at the end of the video with live commentary, because I feel like that'll be easier, and I actually recorded live commentary for that, so it doesn't work for everything, but it will still save you a lot of time, but it is still going to take you a lot of time to use it for every single material, because you need a shit ton of materials in this game to fully upgrade everything. More so, I would say, than Breath of the Wild, because there are more outfit pieces in this game. Just like Breath of the Wild, though, I am not going to be showing you guys any of the amiibo outfits or any of that shit, because I just don't fucking care. I'm sorry, but I don't care. It costs money, and I'm not gonna have a little action figure piece of plastic, in my room, or in my possession, just for the purposes of getting those outfits. Those are extras that I don't consider to be part of the actual game itself. So, and I don't even know if those require upgrades or not at the fountain. I just know that, you need to buy several amiibos, and I don't have the money and means to do that, and I didn't do it in Breath of the Wild either. It was the one thing that I excluded. I literally did everything else. I fully 100%ed the game, just like I 100%ed this game. So this, I believe, is the final Stone Talus, so we're going to see the dialogue here and how it plays out. So come back to Greylands here and when you're done and let them know, and yeah, new dialogue's going to play out. I've heard, from the reports of our forces out on the expedition, the number of Taluses remaining is 0. Unbelievable, you hunted them all. Who'd have thought? I heard your skills were unmatched. Alright, Link, here, please take this. And that's our first monster medal. I don't think I can read this dialogue right now, you guys. It seems like I'm flipping through it so quick. It's only a couple lines. You could read it yourself if you want. So here I'm basically checking to see if I got the Molduga, and I did. So he's going to give me the medal for the Molduga now. And if you want to check your progress, basically, you can just... I'm showing it to you guys again here. You can talk to this guy, and he'll show you like how much you still need for each and every single boss. So Hinux's, we got 42 left at this moment, at this point in time. The Sky Giant is the Flux Constructs. There's 9 of them. We're about to get those pretty soon. Gleox, 6 remain, and then Silhouettes, 31. Those are the Froxes. So now we're going to be going to the Fairy Fountain and doing some upgrades. I'm not going to read the list to you guys yet. I just figured I would show this to you guys anyway, because, I did a bunch of upgrades here and got a bunch of stuff upgraded. So when I go to the Fairy Fountain again, you're not going to be like, whoa, when did he get all these upgrades all of a sudden, Even though I, for the most part, skipped through those in the playthrough, I am showing them to you now, so you know. Here I grinded up rupees by selling a bunch of diamonds and got this section of the compendium filled out, the creatures. It was about like 9,000 rupees. Yeah, then I came back to the Fairy Fountain again with the rupees that I had, because you also need rupees in order to upgrade your stuff. So Yeah, she's basically just upgrading more of my shit here. The fairy, and yeah, a little bit of a preview, a little bit of a precursor of what's to come with the upgrades and whatnot. So I hope you guys are ready. If you're still determined and dead set on this, like I am, like I was at this point in time, then you got a long road ahead of you with the materials and whatnot. Now that we got that, we're going to go back. I think I sold more diamonds and materials here to fill out more of the compendium, so we're filling out the materials now. And literally all we need left are the weapons, and that's going to be a lot of money, but, you know, later on in the video I'll be getting that. Not in this particular chunk of the video, but pretty soon I will be getting it. Now, I figured I would show this to you guys as well, but there are, like I said earlier, a few things in the compendium that you need to actually take pictures of yourself in order to register it in the compendium. Two of those things are the Master Sword and the Hylian Shield. So just pull the camera out, go into self-portrait mode, and I was unfamiliar with the picture, you know, accessory at this point, as you can tell, and I thought that the shield was already registered, but it wasn't. But yeah, you literally have to unequip everything and just have the Master Sword equipped. But you go into self-portrait mode, and basically take a picture of that, and you'll know because it'll be in red letters, and then when you take the picture it'll be in blue letters now, meaning it's registered in the compendium. So take a picture of the Hylian Shield as well, yeah, I grinded up for a little bit more rupees because I was able to, and I went back to the Fairy Fountain one last time to do a string of upgrades, or a series of upgrades. I don't know why string is like my go-to word in this fucking video all of a sudden, but yeah, every time you do this, every time you go to the Fairy Fountain to spend money to do upgrades, it usually costs 50 to do the first upgrade, 200 to do the 50 to do the first upgrade, I think 100 to do the second upgrade, 200 to do the third upgrade, and then 500 to do the fourth upgrade. So I'm also gonna make a list. Like when I make my list, I'm gonna add up all of the rupees as well. So I'll tell you guys first thing, like how many rupees you need in total in order to fully like upgrade everything with the materials. So I'm gonna be doing that as well for you guys. Here's all the flux constructs, and just like I said earlier, I was right. I pretty much took all of these out in the Sky Island, so the ones that I had left were down here in the depths. A lot of the fighting is down here in the depths, to be honest. I would say most of the bosses are actually down here in the depths, you know. My advice, you know, don't try to do everything at once like I do, you know, like I have made that mistake in the past. If you're going for the boss battles, take out one series of bosses, then do the next, then do the next. Don't you know, flip-flop back and forth between this boss and that boss and this, because then it's going to just feel so much longer, you know. So yeah, I mean, this is our third medal here that we're getting for killing all of these things, and like I said, I'm trying to mark them on the map here for you guys now. I pretty much am in a routine of kill the boss, and then immediately as soon as the boss is killed, pull the map up and mark a skull on the map so you guys know exactly where that thing is. Yeah, these guys are super easy. I kind of enjoy fighting them. You know, anything where there are less enemies to fight in the game and they're easy is, you know, I tend to enjoy. You know, and these guys aren't that bad. I like that each boss in this game has multiple different ways that you can kill them, you know, or multiple different techniques and stuff that you can use against them. So, as you can tell from how hot it is on the temperature reading, we're in a hotter area here. So I believe I'm doing my usual like pattern of the map here, like the counterclockwise routine. And we're almost done with the flux constructs, I believe. You're just you're. I'm going to try to see if I can do the next chunk of this video and make it like at the least like 20-25 minutes, not too long, you know, because I would like for this video to be, you know, at the minimum 2.5 hours. I don't want it to go above that, to be honest, but if it does, then it does, you know. I'm honestly debating whether or not I want to edit the Alan Wake video for, you know, the day that this video is going to go up, if I want to edit the Alan Wake video for that day after I edit this video, or just go straight from this into the finale, you know. I don't know if I want to do 2 Alan Wake videos back to back, to be honest with you. I love that game, but I've already experienced it several times, and I'm just kind of tired of it at this point. There's a Flux Construct medal. Now we're going for the Gleeox. We had a lot less of these to get, thankfully. Wow, look at that, man. These guys are so scary, I swear. But yeah, I might just edit the Alan Wake video after this, so that when I am ready, I can, you know, prepare myself emotionally for that finale, man, you know? I need to stop talking about it, though. I'm, like, gonna hype it up so much to the point to where you guys aren't even gonna care anymore. It's just gonna be like, yeah, whatever. It's gonna come out, and it's just gonna be like crickets. If that happens, I would be so sad. But I feel like a decent amount of you are probably gonna watch it because, you know, a lot of you are going to part 1 right now, I've noticed, and checking out the very beginning of the playthrough again. Probably, I mean, maybe because you guys know that it's ending soon, or maybe you just want to start from the beginning. Regardless, you know, it is ending soon, and, you know, it is very sad, but it is also, for me, it's going to be the hugest relief ever to finally be done with this and, you know, be through with it, you know. This game, like, I've probably spent about 1,000 hours on it in total, you know, in the end, if you combine the play time and the editing time and the recording time. No, I've spent, like, no, the play time and the recording time is literally the same thing. I would say I've spent, like, literally, like, almost 1,000 hours on this shit, you know, like, at least, you know, over 320 hours playing, and at least probably, like, 700 hours editing. I don't even know. I can't even tell you guys. Just thinking about it is literally making my heart rate just fucking, like, go up, you know. I am just so anxious and ready for this to be done, you know. Like, it's crazy. I mean, I'm proud. I'm proud of the work that I've done. I know I've gone over it over and over and over again, and I'm probably going to go over it again later on in this video, but I'm proud of the work I've done with this playthrough, man. Like, this is easily the hugest thing I'm ever gonna tackle ever. I am not, you know, RE4 is kind of open world, and I'm gonna be honest, when I started playing that game, like, I know it has nothing to do with Zelda, but I just want to talk about it anyway. By the way, this Gleeok right here is literally, like, you can only get to him from the sky, so you need to jump from the sky island and glide down to him in order to basically trigger the fight with him. Once you, like, shoot him in the heads and knock him down, he'll be back down to, like, ground level, and then you can just dish some hate out and kill him at that point. But yeah, anyway, RE4, that game, I started it last week, and I'll admit, in the very beginning, I wasn't really into it. I wasn't that big about it. I was like, yeah, this is very different from RE2 and RE3, and I don't really know how I feel about this, but I stuck with it. The one thing immediately, though, that just made me, like, so fucking scared was the fact that the game was, like, sort of semi-open world. It had side quests or, like, favors, and, like, it had a world that it has 3 separate worlds, just like this game. Nowhere near as big, but, like, and definitely way more linear, but, like, still open areas with a lot of shit to find. And I'm just like, damn, I said I was never going to play an open world game again, and I'm doing this shit right here. I'm playing through a collectathon now. You know, a game that I'm more than likely going to have to play through at the very least, like, 3, 4, 5 times, you know? Like, 3 times minimum, 4 times, or, like, 5 times max, you know? just trying to enjoy the playthrough while I have time with it. But here's the medal for the Gleox. So this didn't take anywhere near as long. I'm sure you guys can imagine. As I'm sure you guys can imagine, the Gleox are, when you're fighting them, the fights do last longer, but like I said, there are a lot fewer of them. So pay attention to the actual time of day here. I'm fighting this guy at 12:15 a.m. If you come to this area where this Stalnox is, in the Giant's Forest on this area of the map, during the day, it's just going to be a pile of bones, and he's not going to be awake, and you're not even going to be able to fight him. So when you're fighting Stalnoxes, just keep in mind, like, you'll know it's a Stalnox if you did what I did, because you're going to be using guides. You're going to be buried in guides for the last however many hours that you're doing all this tedious shit. Trust me. Either that, or you're going to put at least another 200 hours into this fucking game, just like playing through it all stubbornly, like, I'm going to do all this by myself. But yeah, the Stalnoxes need to be fought at night. You can't fight them during the day unless they're down in the depths. You can fight them anytime down in the depths. But yeah, these guys are the enemies that actually drop the most. I was really low on weapons here after fighting the Gleox, so when I came to fight the Hinoxes, I ended up picking up like so much loot. And they also drop a lot of like when they explode, they'll drop a lot of food and like recipes and stuff that when you pick it up, it automatically registers it in your cookbook. So that is one less recipe to worry about. That's an example of doing multiple things at once in this game and not really deviating too much. Sticking with the one thing and moving on to the next thing. And, it's all about saving time. If you want to get through this shit, ultimately it's going to take you a lot of time. I remember like when this game first came out and it was announced like about couple weeks in that the first person had like 100% of the game, and he put like 139 hours into it, and I just am calling bullshit on that. I'm like, yeah, you probably got the 100% on the map, the completion, and did everything, but like I doubt that he literally did everything. He probably didn't go to the levels that I did where I literally did everything. Not to like brag or like try to compete with anyone or compare, which is exactly what I'm doing. But yeah, like, I mean, there are a lot of things to do, a lot of things to do, which is why I'm just like so excited for Echoes of Wisdom, because I know that game is probably still going to be like 20-30 hours, but it's definitely going to be so much shorter than this one. And it looks like it still has, they're still like retaining that whole like open-ended, like solve things in any way that you want type of feeling. They're still keeping the freedom of choice in there with all the different options and ways that you can like navigate the world and solve puzzles, which I think is awesome. But I'm guessing it's probably going to be like Link's Awakening length, like 15 to 20 hours, which is perfect, like I could play through that really quick. Here's a new recipe here. That's an example of when you pick up the food that explodes out of these guys' gullets. Sometimes you get new recipes that register on your cookbook. So yeah, we got a blue Hinox here. Jeez. You're doing good, man. You're doing good. You're almost there. Black Hinoxes are obviously the toughest. Excuse me. Because they've got like the most amount of like health. And they can take the most amount of hits, but they're still really fucking easy. This is down here by the like the Lurelin village, around like that area. This guy's in a cave, I think. And yeah, I've literally run out of things to say. Echoes of Wisdom. Let's talk about that. The fact that we are finally getting a Zelda game where we actually play as Zelda is just mind-blowing to me. I think we probably have done it before, like played as her sorry, someone just sent me something. You know, there probably have been games where I know, like, there are games where you do play as her, like, temporarily, but never any games where she's like the main character, you know. And I'm really excited. Like, I love the Link's Awakening, like, art style, you know. So I'm just excited for that. I'm excited that we're getting another top-down Zelda game. The Mario and Luigi game, I've played a few of those games before. I've actually I forget. I always forget the name of it. It's the most recent, one of the more recent ones we got on the Switch, and it was another like turn-based RPG Mario game. I fucking loved that game. It was honestly one of like the best fucking games. But yeah, like I can't remember for the life of me. You know what? Fuck it. I'll look it up. I have time. You know, I've literally got like 20 minutes, so why not? Why the hell not? Let's see. Fuck, what was I gonna look up again? Jesus Christ, did I literally just forget? Oh my god. You guys, it's happening. I'm getting fucking tired. I'm sure it'll come back to me. I don't even remember what I was talking about. But yeah, Link's Awakening. Oh, Mario and Luigi. Alright, okay. Mario and Luigi games. Let me see here. I remember it came out on the 3DS. It wasn't Superstar Saga. Maybe it was. All I remember was that it was a Mario and Luigi game on the 3DS. That was literally all I remember about it. I don't remember. Was it Dream Team? It might have been Dream Team. Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Yep, it was this game. Mario and Luigi Dream Team was one that I remember I was just hooked on to the point to where I fell in love with that game. And I feel like if we get, like, when that Mario and Luigi game comes out, I'd definitely be open to play it, you know? I've never played a single Paper Mario game. Can you guys believe that? Isn't that crazy? I think that's pretty crazy. I think it's crazier that I literally forgot about what I was looking up as soon as I pulled my phone out, but then I was able to remember it because I got a good memory. Again, not to brag. I hope this Stelnox fucking lands a hit on me so I could pay for bragging when I said I wasn't going to brag. God. So yeah, I'm basically editing this video in 4 chunks. This is the second chunk. And the third chunk is going to be that other miscellaneous stuff that I'm going to try to fit into like half an hour, 25 minutes. And then the ferry. So, yeah, I mean, this is easily, you know, when this game is finally over, I'll have put 15 months into this game, like spent around 15 months with this game in this world, and it's just crazy. I've never spent so much time invested in something, maybe like not since like fucking college, to be honest, you know. But even this is like 2 college semesters worth of work here that I'm doing with these videos, you know. But yeah, I mean, if you guys couldn't tell at this point, this is literally just me killing the same boss over and over and over and over and over again. And the fact that I have not gone crazy at this point is beyond me. Or I have gone crazy, probably. I just can't acknowledge it. Crazy people, I guess, don't... Maybe... what am I saying? I was going to say crazy people don't know they're crazy, and we got this crazy fucking armored bokoblin running around trying to cause trouble for no reason. So we got, let me see, 18 minutes left to talk for. Jeez, that guy literally pointed at us. He was like, right there! Like, bro, you're the only one here. Like, why? Who are you pointing at? Like, are you so, like, narrow-sighted that you need to use your big-ass chubby arm to, like, see where I am? I don't even know how they even thought about the monster designs in these games, to be honest with y'all. Like, who thinks of this shit? Who thinks of this shit? Man, I feel horrible right now, you guys. I'm telling you. I am not trying to complain or anything, but, like, man, I need to lay off the energy drinks right now, because I feel like just... I don't know if I'm tired or burnt out or just, like, tired of talking or what, but yeah, maybe I should take another hit. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe the weed is what's fucking with me. Whatever. I'm just gonna fucking smoke, okay? Like freaking Argyle from Stranger Things. Speaking of Stranger Things, the reason why I brought it up, Quiet Place Part 1, the guy in that movie, I didn't even notice this, but he's Eddie Munson, and I think that's fucking crazy. And I feel like they've, like, centered all of their marketing around that, the fact that this guy from Stranger Things is in it. Is he gonna die or not? And honestly, dude, like, A Quiet Place, that was, like, it's a movie that I started off the year being really, really excited for, but now I just don't care, because it's already gonna be a really short movie, and they've shown so many trailers and, like, TV spots for it at this point that I'm just like, guys, like, chill the fuck out. Like, we get it. Like, this movie is coming out. We get that you need people in those seats and you want people to go and see it. Here we got a map discovery here, and it looks like I glossed over a map discovery but earlier, like a minute ago, so I apologize for that. Hey, I found some material to talk about, and that was what I was doing. I was filling out the space there, okay? You guys can't fucking complain. Man, I just want to sleep. Maybe all I need to do actually is get out and get my ass to fucking work. But, yeah, like, what's it called? Maybe if I do get out, like, I'll feel a lot better. Like, I've been so, like, cooped up in my room to the point, like, the other day I was uploading and exporting videos and literally falling asleep while I was doing so, and I'm telling you guys, I literally fell asleep with my head on my desk, and I've never done that before. It was like, felt good, but, like, at the same time I was just like, damn, I need to get in bed, I need to sleep really, really badly, because if I don't, like, I'm gonna just go crazy. I'm gonna go absolutely crazy. Man, I'm tired. I really feel like I need to take a nap. Maybe it's just the weed. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe if I sober up, I'll be better. Probably. I've, like, convinced myself that this shit cannot be done without the weed. You know, it's literally like a crutch for me at this point. It helps me get through this shit, okay? But I'm not going to be doing this shit for much longer. So, yeah, we got another Stelnox down here. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. If this is when you guys are jumping in, you skipped ahead to this. You cannot fight the Stelnoxes during the day up on the surface, but down here in the depths, you can fight them at any time of the day. It doesn't matter when you are fighting them. They'll always be active down here. So, Yeah, that one was in kind of a tedious spot because the only way to get there is literally to like just fucking, run and travel for a bit. But here we got the Hinox medal. So now we literally just need the Frox medal. But before that, we're going to be doing again, something that doesn't count towards 100%, but I'm doing it anyway because my OCD couldn't handle it. There are 2 special tutorials that we are missing in the game. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to see in a sec. But one of them is over here near the main Hyrule field chasm. You guys know where this is if you watch my playthrough. I came here very early on and I've probably been here several times. When you read this book here, it is basically just teaching you the jump slash. And when that tutorial prompt pops up, that basically means that you've registered the special control. The other one that we're getting here is the amiibo one. So you need an actual, you use your 2 Joy-Cons in order to trigger this. And it immediately will tell you, right there, it'll pop up for you. So those were 2 little tiny, minute things that I decided to do because I had noticed that I was missing some things here on that list. And I wanted to get those out of the way. So now we're finally fighting the Froxes. This is our last medal here. We've worked our asses off at this point. If you guys are following this, great fucking job for making it this far. I applaud you. You are worthy, okay? You are definitely worthy. Let me drink some water. But yeah, these guys can actually be kind of tricky to fight, but in the beginning. But a little bit of tip that I kind of figured out towards the end, and you're gonna see me do it a couple of times. But hitting them in the eyeball is the hardest thing in the world. If you're just trying to aim regularly with an arrow, even if you got the double or triple shot bows out, it's still really fucking hard. But if you aim at them in the near the aim at the face area and attach an eyeball to the arrow, the eyeball will guide the arrow to the Frox's eyeball and stun it and give you enough time to run up on top of its back and just have at all of these little crystal chunks down here on its back basically. These guys are really tricky to fight, and sometimes they can kill you pretty quick because they do that jumping slam attack where it's Nemesis level bad. Literally they can down you in a couple of hits even if you're at full health like I am, with a few corrupted hearts by the looks of it. But yeah, hopefully you guys have been able, some of you have been able to stick with me at this point up until this point in the playthrough. If you have, or in the video, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing. I'm going to keep repeating it over and over because this is one of the most tedious videos I have ever worked on. And I would appreciate it if it got some love. But, I mean, if only one person sees it, I guess I'll be happy then too. So, yeah, we're just down to the wire here. The last few Froxes. There's not a lot left. And this is another boss that, when I got to the end of this, I was missing one of them, so I had to figure out where that one was, but thankfully it didn't take me that long. Zelda. Fucking Zelda, man. Jesus Christ. If you guys are watching at this point in the video, what games are you excited for that are coming out this year? Write it down in the comments. Leave a comment. I always like engaging with you guys and conversing with y'all. Me personally, I'm super excited for the next Zelda game, Echoes of Wisdom. I'm definitely going to be playing that. I'm excited for Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. I hope that campaign is a better length than the last one that we got, because honestly, Cold War was and I'm not talking about, Modern Warfare 3 also had a very short campaign, but Cold War had a really short campaign. I was surprised. When that ended, I was oh, that's it? So I'm hoping that, Black Ops 6 has a little bit more of a story than Cold War had, to be honest. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm probably gonna wait and play Echoes of Wisdom until I'm not gonna play Echoes of Wisdom until Black Ops 6 comes out, because Echoes of Wisdom, by the time this game is done, will be out literally in like a month and a half. So, and I just need more time than that. So, here I'm taking a picture of the Silver Lizalfos. Like I said, the silver enemies don't register on the map or on the Hyrule Compendium for you, so you have to fill them out yourself, basically. There's going to be a portion in this video where I basically go and just take pictures of everything all at once and get all of them done. You also need to take pictures of these bosses as well. So here's Colgera down here. Again, thankfully, all of these guys you can find down in the depths, so they're not like that hard to find or anything. So back to another Frox here. Here's an example. You grab a Key Sideball and you shoot it, and most of the time it hits him right in the face, right there, and it kills him or stuns him and gives you time to run up onto its back and destroy its back zits. But yeah, here I think we're getting a map exploration here. So we're triggering a chasm here. You can only come down to fight this Frox through this particular chasm right here. You're gonna see on the map where I am as soon as I defeat the Frox. But yeah, it's the Hyrule Castle Moat chasm. And there's a blue-white Frox down here. And yeah, we're closing in on the end of these pretty quickly here. Within the next like 8 minutes, they'll be done. So yeah. Man, I would love to finish this video tonight. Just like come home from work and just brute force my way through it, but I feel like I'm just going to be so fucking tired that that's like not going to be possible, you know? Or maybe it'll be the opposite. Maybe I'll be so determined, and that break that I give myself when I go to work will be just enough to like distance myself so that I can come back refreshed and just finish this shit already, you know? I'm most worried about making that list again, because I know that's going to take a long time, but I've got the strategy guide, and I don't even really care if I, you know, use the Sharpie and write on it to mark up the materials that I've already gone over so I don't go over them again. And I want to give you guys an accurate material list there for the upgrades and whatnot. So yeah, really when I say over and over that I went the extra mile with this video, I'm not joking. I went the extra fucking mile and a million miles after that, you know. So here I was basically looking for this chasm that I hadn't registered yet. This is, excuse me, we're going to see it in a sec. I was rubbing my nose there. It's the East Gerudo Chasm in Gerudo Highlands. And there's a Frox, like, right down here that I'm about to fight. So, as soon as you fight the Frox, and I mark it on the map, you guys will see exactly where that chasm is. I guarantee you, earlier in the playthrough, there were more than likely areas that I discovered on my own that I missed out on. But if you follow what I do here in this video, and do things in the order that I do them, you're going to go to most of the areas on the map, and you're only going to have a few remaining areas to find on the map, basically. So it's not going to be the worst thing in the world finding them. It's going to take you time, for sure. But like I said, if you are struggling at all in the tedious parts of this game, do not feel ashamed to look up a guide or use guides. They help out so much. They're very, very helpful, and you are amazing, and you're awesome. I sound like Neon Slice right now. That's another YouTuber I've been watching who does RE content. But yeah, if you made it this far, you're awesome, okay? You are awesome, and you are worthy of being labeled as the hero of time, at least in the world of Zelda. What am I saying? God fucking damn it. So, yeah, another Scourge of the Depths. That's such a ridiculous, like, name for their fucking... I don't even know, like, what would you even call that? Like, you know, you got the name of the boss, Frox, and then the text above it. Well, what is that? Like, its slogan? He's a Scourge of the Depths. Like, is that on his website? Man, what am I saying? I need to create my own website pretty soon because I'm trying to start my own business, but I've been lagging, working on Zelda videos. Can you blame me? God, this game's amazing. It just pulls you in. Yeah, honestly, if I kept editing these videos back in like July after I stopped recording, if I kept going and just stuck with it, I'd be done with the game by now. But I didn't do that. I had to take space from this game because for literally 2.5 to 3 months straight, I was just working on this game, and it was too much. It was too much. It was sensory overload for me, and I had a lot going on, and I just took that time that I needed to take, and eventually got back to editing these. But yeah, it's insane. It's insane how long this playthrough has gone on for. But again, I just want to reiterate, I've gone over it so many times. I am so appreciative of all of the support that you guys have given me and all the love that you've given me, and for sticking with me as long as you have. As you can see, my map is getting really, really crowded here with skulls now. So if you want to pause the video at any point, take notes, mark the skulls on your map. There are also skulls, like I said earlier in this section of the video. A lot of these bosses, I went to pretty much every single boss, minus a few, like I would say 10 or 15. I even went to the ones that I had already defeated. I didn't show those in this video, but I have marked them on the map. So if you want to stop and take notes, there are definitely skulls that you're going to see on the map there that I haven't shown, but you can still take that from my map and go and figure out where like 90% of these are. If you can't figure out where the other 90, the other like 10% are, mark them up on the map as you go, as you take them out, and then use guides to figure out where the remaining ones are that you haven't fought yet. Yeah, eventually you will get this done. It just takes a little bit of grinding, or a lot of grinding rather. I did the bosses in total in I would say 48 hours, not all the way like one continuous run. It was like a couple of recording sessions, like back and forth, but yeah, we're almost done, if you guys can believe it. I think we got 2 of these motherfuckers left, and then we will finally be done with the boss section of this video. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I am recording these commentaries in chunks, basically, in sections. So in the next chunk or section, we're going to be doing a bunch of other stuff, miscellaneous things. Pretty much everything else except for the fairy fountain stuff, which I've already, I might go to the fairy fountain a few times, but we'll see. But this is pretty much the end of the boss medal, so this is going to give us our sixth, I hate that word so much. Number 6, boss battle number 6, boss medal number 6. And, yeah, it was really, really satisfying to earn this. There's also more dialogue that plays. I'm going to try to see if I can read it. But yeah, that's it. That's all of the bosses for me, personally. Like I said, mark them up as you go. Definitely, it'll help you out, and it'll save you time doing that. So come to Greylands when you're ready to receive your reward. And yeah, just go through the usual text screen here, and he's going to be like, unbelievable, you hunted them all. And there's the Frox monster medal. And, yeah. Impossible. You're saying that each and every large and unusual beast has been turned aside. Just when you couldn't possibly outdo yourself. There's nothing more I can give you. But let it be known that I'll forever remember this incredible feat you have accomplished, Link. So that's the end of this section here. Shoot him in the face with an arrow. And, yeah. I will see you guys in a minute. Or in a sec. Or two. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of world exploration here. We're doing a chasm, or triggering a chasm entrance. There's a lot that we're going to be doing within the next hour, within this particular hour, give or take. Yeah, it is actually pretty much an hour. No, it's an hour and 10 minutes. So, I thought the boss medals were going to be worse somehow, but this ended up being worse. The great news is I am almost done editing wise with the video. I just have to sit here, do this commentary, and then edit the last chunk of the video, and then make my ridiculously long list of all the materials and everything. But But yeah, I'm making way with this. I mean, this is like literally like I would say, freaking for you guys, it's literally a couple seconds. For me, it's like this. This section of the video took me like 4 or 5 hours to edit. You know, it was fucking crazy. Just absolutely crazy. I did not expect this video to end up being as long as it is. Currently, right now, it's 2 hours and 53 minutes, but I know once I add in that fourth and final chunk of the video, and then like the minute or so that I'm going to try to give myself to do an outro, it's going to be like another like half an hour at least. Like 20 minutes to like half an hour, because I need to speed the footage up of me, upgrading everything at the fountain to show you guys me upgrading everything, obviously, because this is kind of like, I mean, if the rest of this playthrough was like, just the insane journey that it was, this video in particular, me packing all of this into one video, this is kind of like the bonus features video for Tears of the Kingdom, where I'm showing you guys literally everything else, in one big giant like package of a video, but yeah, I'm gonna need to give myself enough time to read it, but I'm also gonna be showing you guys pretty much all of the upgrades there. So yeah, I mean, it'll hopefully, it'll probably end up being around like 310, 315 something with the length for this, I'm guessing. Which is just crazy. I'm on my last energy drink right now. I'm gonna need to run out and get some more. It's fucking 4 a.m. at the time of me working on this. My goal is to get this whole thing done before I go to work. And then the great thing is I can just start exporting it, and by the time I get home from work, like however many fucking hours later that'll be, it'll definitely be done by then. And if I can force myself to stay awake, then I can edit the finale and finally be done. So there is a chance that editing wise, this playthrough for me might be done after the end of today. I'm hoping that it is. That would be really cool. But I mean, if I don't have enough energy to edit the finale, I'll probably just wait, to be honest. Because I want to have the energy for that and be like into that. It's the last video that I'm editing for this game. Like forever, like, because we never got DLC for this game, we never got a master mode or anything. So what you guys are seeing here in the very, very end, at the end of this long journey, is pretty much everything that a player can do in this game, minus the amiibos and everything, which again, I already went over that, but I'll go over it again. I don't give a shit about that stuff. So yeah, here I'm basically capturing pictures of all of the things that you need to take pictures of that aren't available for purchase in the Hyrule Compendium. The dragons are on that list of things that you need to take pictures of. There are a few other things like the mini bosses and whatnot that you fight, or no, like the temple bosses, which most of those can be found down in the depths. There are some very rare boss battle pictures that you're not going to be able to have in your compendium until you've beaten the main game. Like when I do beat Ganon and like that is all over, like the whole epic finale plays out, basically the game is going to put you back, it's going to put me back to before the final main quest, and there are a few things that I'm going to cut down into probably like 5 to 10 minutes of stuff. One of those things is the elite pictures, like certain bosses that we have already fought that I didn't take pictures of, and if you didn't capture pictures of them in the moment, then you literally can't get a picture of them again until you have done the whole game and beaten it and, come back and reload the save, basically. So here I was just showing a little bit of dragon exploration there. Not exploration, like dragon part grinding. You can run up the back of those dragons and collect quite a bit of those spikes. I don't know if I've actually properly shown that yet. Here's an example of a boss that you can take a picture of. The Marbled Goma. And, yeah, I mean, we're about to get on to the recipes pretty soon, in about a minute, and those are going to be insane. And those are going to just be, like, rapid fire. I'm showing you guys all the ingredients for each recipe, obviously. You know, I'm showing me making every single recipe, so you're going to know right off the bat, like, what ingredients are needed in order to make that particular recipe. I am not going to be showing you guys where to go in order to get the ingredients themselves. That is something I am going to like 100% leave up to you guys. You are out of your minds. I am not going to show that because that's honestly really tedious stuff. And like I've said countless times, if you utilize the Sheikah sensor, which if you have an album of all the materials and things that you need in order to cook the recipes, and you use the Sheikah sensor, you can figure out where most of the stuff is, you know? So it's really just, you're down to the amount of hours you're willing to put into it. So here we're getting on to the recipes finally. You're going to literally see me jump around from cooking pot to cooking pot to cooking pot, because I spent about like 8 hours doing this, cooking every single recipe. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool seeing all the different recipes that are available in this game and what each and every single one of them like does to you and like your stats and everything, how it affects you, you know? Yeah, I am not being subtle about the hits, okay? Look, listen, it's an hour and 51 minutes in. If any of you are eating this video up by now and enjoying it, thank you for sticking with it for this long. If you have and you haven't yet, but you've been listening to me talking, you know, this is like my 4th time bringing it up, but I'm going to do it again. Please subscribe. Share this with your friends, and yeah, I would greatly appreciate it because I put so much fucking work into this video. I'm not even done yet at the time of me recording this commentary. I've still got work ahead of me with this video, but like, you know, the bulk of it is done. You know, it's just down to like literally the fairy fountain now and me making my long ass list, which I'm not looking forward to, but I'm just going to fucking power through it and get that shit done. I've already got the thumbnail. It's a very, you know, I don't know how you guys are going to react to it. We'll see, you know. It's always a half and half, you know. The thumbnail, I think, the thumbnails that I do for these videos, I feel really are a big like thing that attract people to these videos, you know. And I think it's important to have a really, you know, good thumbnail, you know, to hook people and grab people. All of my thumbnails for every single part in this game, all of them are literally all screenshots taken during a very specific point in the video itself. There's no like pictures that I took offline or that I got from like online or anything like that. They're all pictures from my videos, you know, with text added and me messing around with the sliders in Premiere and adjusting the contrast, blah 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 blah, all that boring shit that a lot of you casuals don't really care about. But yeah, I just took a thumbnail from one of the mini bosses that we were fighting earlier because I figured that was honestly the most exciting thing in this video, even though you guys don't really get to see me fighting every single one of them. If I did that, this video would probably be like 5 hours. You know, it'd be longer than that. So there's no way in hell that I'm showing all of those fights. You know, I'm doing this the way I'm doing it because there's so much being packed in this video. I'm telling you, I could have made probably a whole other week worth of videos, and you know, by splitting this particular video up into like 3 separate parts. But the reason why I am not doing that is because I want this playthrough to end at 140 parts. I just feel like that is a better number than like 142 or 143 or something. Call me OCD, but you know, it is the way it is, you know. It's my channel, bitches, and I have my own method. So yeah, there are, I believe there are 228 recipes in this game, so there's a lot. There's a lot of recipes in this game. If you want to know how to actually check your progress with the recipe book, pretty much you go to your meals in the inventory there, and you click, there's like an option for you to like actually like check the recipe itself, and then you can flip through the cookbook and see the ones that you're missing and basically just look them up. I used a guide online here. I don't remember which one it was. It was probably IGN or something. They have like a full graph. They show you, the ingredients needed for each and individual recipe. So I just used that and I got all these made, I still had to run around a lot and hunt animals and shit, but like it wasn't the worst experience. I think the boss medals were definitely worse than this, to be honest. But that's just me, so. Jesus. Oh, look at that. Hour 55. We're almost at 2 hours with the commentary. That's insane. That is actually insane. I mean, if only, like, if at least one of you eats this video up and just watches the whole thing or listens to it, that to me is like a mission accomplished, I mean, I know a vast majority of you might look at the runtime of this video and be like, I ain't got time for that. And if you don't, I am not mad at you at all. For those of you who are not interested in this shit, this extra 100% tedious stuff that I do, because I am not joking with you guys when I say that. I am literally showing you everything. Everything. Granted, all the tedious shit has been cut down for your convenience, but I am literally showing you guys me doing everything else in this game up until the final boss, because I really want that final video to be that, And like I said several times, it is going to be mostly that. After the credits, there will be another like 5 to 10 minutes of me running around and doing stuff, but after that, it's done. Like, this game is done. And that is just insane to think about. I've had to restrain myself, or like refrain from just going ahead and editing the finale, because I've been really, really dying to, but I want the finale to be the last video that I edit for the game, And at this point, I'm just 100% focused on this video right now. Once this video is done, there is some editing I'm going to have to do in the finale, but it's not going to be like anywhere near as bad as, these past like 40 videos have been. It's probably even been longer than that. I don't even know when these post-commentary videos like started, to be honest, but it feels for me like, to me, like it feels like they've just been going on literally forever, I hope watching this shit for the next 20 minutes or so, give or take 23 minutes, doesn't make me fucking hungry, man, because there's some good-ass looking recipes in this. I don't remember if Breath of the Wild had a cookbook in it. I don't know if it did or not. I know there were several different recipes you could cook in that game, but I didn't know if it had like an actual like recipe book that you could check. Technically, this stuff in Tears of the Kingdom in this game, it's not required for 100%, I don't think. But again, I'm doing it anyway, because if it's any activity and it's a Zelda game, I'm going to do literally everything. That's how I roll. I don't think there's a single other game series out there, not even some of my favorite like games, like there's not a single other game series out there that will ever have me this committed in a game, I love this game, in case you guys couldn't tell. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know that. If I didn't love this game, I would have quit this playthrough and stopped it so long ago. But yeah, now that I'm at the very, very like end of it, it's just like I'm at the precipice of, was that the right word? I hope it was. of being able to like finally achieve this. It's crazy. I'm just reflecting on the whole thing, the whole experience of doing this and playing through this game. Overall, I think technically this playthrough is a hell of a lot better than Breath of the Wild because, you know, back then I only had like a standard definition quality capture card, like a 720p capture card, not even a 1080 capture card. Now I have like better equipment and I've been doing this for longer, so I know more tricks and I was able to really do a lot more editing. I've seen some YouTubers who their playthroughs for this game, like their 100% playthroughs go up to like 200 parts, and I can't, like, I'm not trying to say anything like, you know, negative towards them, but I feel like I can't help but think that a lot of those YouTubers probably just, you know, they did editing, but they didn't do maybe as much editing as I've done in my videos, you know, like maybe they just kind of let the videos play out like in raw form, and there's nothing wrong with that. People want to see the whole thing sometimes. Me personally, I'm like, you know, if I'm showing you guys over 320 hours worth of like footage, I know you guys are going to want that shit condensed, and this was like how much I could condense this whole game into is, you know, 140 parts, which yeah, again, I've literally gone over it over and over and over again, but that vastly exceeds what I thought the game was going to be originally. You know, Breath of the Wild was 95 parts. This game is 45 more parts than Breath of the Wild, so it's definitely unlike anything else I've ever covered here on this channel. It is like this is like a part of my life, has been a part of my life for like so long, and the fact that it's going to be gone and no longer in my life, it's not going to be something that I'm going to be stressing out over every single day anymore. I mean, really, I mean, I've been stressing this game more and more recently, the closer and closer I've gotten to the end of it, because I knew that these last like 10 to 12 videos or so were going to be like the worst, the most tedious, literally, like, I knew it was going to be a lot, but, you know, it really has been just an insane experience. I've fucked up my sleep schedule several times on this game and working on these videos. I'm not really tired right now, to be honest, but I'm more just like, fuck, how am I going to go to work and work a whole fucking day? But I need to at this point, you know, I need to work, you know, so yeah, I mean, and you know, I've been listening to the commentaries again because I haven't had the chance to really listen to them yet, but I've been listening to the commentaries for this week in particular. I'm recording this on Wednesday, June 26th, so yeah, like I've been listening to the commentaries I did with Justin, and I think they're pretty solid. I had a good time with him, you know. Obviously, there were some awkward moments, but like, you know, it seems like, you know, you guys are gravitating towards them, which is good. You know, it definitely feels like in the beginning, you know, I kind of went over this, but it feels like in the beginning, him and I kind of struggled to find that you know, that spark, you know, as he put it. But overall, it was just more fun to have someone with me, and I think you guys are hopefully going to get more out of those than if you were to listen to all of those in a row with just me talking, because honestly, I am so tired of talking. I am not going to talk for a while after this game is done. I'm just kidding. No, I'm going to keep talking because I need to talk in order to do my job. I don't think you could do most jobs without speaking, you know, unless you're working behind a desk or something, but, you know, and that's literally what I'm doing right now, but I'm talking. So, like, what does that say? Huh? Who am I talking to right now? Jesus Christ, it's 4:17. This started happening to me like literally 2 hours ago while I was editing this chunk of the video. Like, I just started talking to myself. I was like, yep, I'm at that point. I'm rambling. Of course, the fucking weed probably doesn't help, but, you know, it is what it is. Man, we are broke right now. $50. That's like how much I have in my... That's less... Actually, that's more than what I have in my checking right now, so... I'm just hoping that these commentary tracks are, when you listen to this video in one single run, that one single like watchathon, that they all sound consistent. I'm trying to remain that consistent and keep that consistency. I definitely think it's a lot easier to edit a chunk, stop, do commentary for that chunk, then edit another chunk, and then do the commentary in chunks, because by doing that I don't have to sit down for 3 hours and 15 minutes. I can go back and forth. I can alternate back and forth between putting this shit together for you guys and also man, it seems like my video is lagging right now. It's doing that because honestly, like, this shit there are so many effects here, so it's gonna be doing that. But yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I can alternate back and forth between editing, doing commentary, editing, doing commentary, and it's easier for me. And plus, it probably makes the commentary sound better. I hope it does. I mean, this is the last video that knocking on wood here, the last video that I believe I am doing commentary for, post-commentary. I did do a live review for the game, like, during the credits, when I was recording through that part of the game. Like, I did do, like, a live, where I did talk about my thoughts, like, live. Either that, or I can't remember if I talked about them live, or if I gave up, like, halfway through and was like, screw this, I'll just do post-commentary for this. But yeah, for the most part, the post-commentary is going to be done after this, so it won't be nearly as bad. And really, I'm just ready for that climax, I hope you guys are too. I am gonna do my best to make that shit epic for you guys. I really feel like this game has more closure to it than Breath of the Wild did, because Breath of the Wild, when it ended, it kind of felt anticlimactic. It was kind of like Zelda was resurrected, she came back, and yeah, like, it was just like, oh, Link, I am so glad to see you, and I have so much to talk, and that was it. Like, literally, like, that was it. I mean, no, she literally just woke up and was like, oh, I've been asleep, you rescued me, I knew you would. And that was just, like, kind of anticlimactic. This game gives us a little bit more. I'm not going to get into it and spoil it, but, like, there is a little bit more content there, which I'm happy, because I don't think we're getting another sequel to this game. Whatever they choose to do next is they're going to maintain that open world feeling, that immersive, just like, immersive, but also just like completely like free to do everything the way you want type of feeling. That they're going to maintain that freedom of choice in whatever they choose to do next, but it's not going to be a sequel for this game. They're going to do a new story, which honestly at this point I'm all for that. Whatever game they choose to give us next, I mean, whatever like huge massive Zelda game they choose to give us next, because I know Echoes of Wisdom is probably going to be like 20, 30, maybe 40 hours max. I don't think it's going to be any longer than that, to be honest. If it's 50 hours, I'd be surprised and I'd be happy the longer it is, because I could spend more time with it. But at the same time, I remember how long Link's Awakening was, and I beat that game in about like 20 hours. So, it might be a little longer than that, and I hope that it is, but whatever Zelda game they give us next, whatever big Zelda game they give us next, I know it's going to be one of those games that's going to be it's probably going to be another 200, 300 plus hour experience, and I am just like, there's no way in hell, like, I am going to do that again. I'll play the game casually. If I choose to 100% it, I'm going to do it over, like, the course of years, just, like, casually playing the game, like, 20, 30 minutes a night, and just put a little bit of work in. I'm not gonna, like, fucking push myself to the point to where I'm just, like, fucking, like, oh, I gotta get this shit done. And then, I don't know, maybe when I'm finally done, like, 5 years after the game comes out, and the next Zelda game is being announced, I'll, hire an editor to literally edit the entire playthrough or something. I don't know. And you guys will get to see it like 5 years later. But no, I'm like, it will mostly be a casual run. I don't think I'll be putting in that much work, like, maybe it'd be like kind of like a thing where, like, I'm trying to think of another playthrough, another game I've covered that resembles what I'm about to suggest. Like Rise of the Tomb Raider was a game. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that's a better one because I actually finished that game. Rise of the Tomb Raider is one of the few games that I've actually never like finished and completed. Like I did like a few live streams for that game after I beat it, and then walked away from it completely and never touched it again. But Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I just kind of beelined through the main story, beat the main story, and then when I was done, I came back and did all the exploration and extra stuff, but I like live streamed that stuff. I didn't edit those videos because honestly, it would have taken way too long. That's kind of my style now, though, is I would literally take that 2 hours and edit it down probably into like 1 or 2 videos, But like whatever Zelda game comes out next, if it's a massive ass Zelda game, I'm probably gonna just prioritize getting through the story, and then all of the exploration and stuff. That's stuff that if I want to come back and casually do that stuff, I will, but I'm not gonna commit to 100%ing the game again. It just ain't gonna happen. And again, if it turns out in 5 years that I'm fucking wrong and I do end up doing a 100% playthrough for it because I have the time, like let's say I have so much fucking money that I'm chilling, I don't need to work for a bit, fuck yeah, I'll definitely do it. But like, I just don't see that happening, like, I live in California, fucking rent here is expensive as hell, I've got 1 million expenses, like, I'm in debt right now, so it's just like, honestly, like, it really is like, sometimes I need to just like not vent about certain things. I should just shut the fuck up. But like, yeah, I rest my case. I mean, if Nintendo paid me like 6 figures to like just fucking, do the whole thing again and like really work your ass off and make us money basically, all of our view, then yeah, sure, I'd do it. But like, I don't see a world at all in which that would happen. Like maybe they would reach out to me if I was a more popular YouTuber and I had more subscribers, in the future. Like, and I could see that. That is something I could definitely see. Seeing the very gradual rise in viewers that I've been getting, even though it's still, pretty small, and I'm definitely a way smaller YouTuber than others, it's been consistent, consistently rising for the past few months. The watch time, the amount of you who are subscribing, and I would love for you, more of you to subscribe, so subscribe, please. I don't even know how many times I've asked you guys to subscribe in this video now at this point, but I don't expect you guys to literally sit down and like watch this entire thing in one single run unless you have the time, and if you do, then I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, it just, seeing it gradually go up, I can definitely see my channel being, like, blowing up in the future. And if it does, then all of this will be finally worth it. All the work that I've put in to these videos will finally mean something and be worth it to me. And, like, I'll be, like, even more proud, but it what am I saying, and why am I coughing so much? Literally takes a hit like 3 seconds later. That's me, only me. But yeah, I mean, I'm already proud of the work that I've done with my channel. I really, really am. And this game in particular, the fact that I don't even know, like, I don't even know, man, at this point. Like, I am so deep into this game, like, it's impossible for me to think about it and remember, like, recall where it all started. Like, you know, when I started editing and uploading footage for this game again. I think it was around the time that I was playing through Alan Wake. Was it? Yeah, it had to be around that time that I was playing through Alan Wake. I've been consistent with the game since then. So editing for like literally, it's been since November to now. So that's literally like 8 months straight of just busting my ass off. And I know I bring it up a million times in these videos and I brag about it all the time, but this shit is not easy work. It is like the hardest thing ever. It is literally another job. You know, you have to treat it like another job if you want to get through it. If you want to spend the rest of your life wasting your life away on it and not, and you know, take your time with it. I'm sorry, that was, let me reword that. That was super mean. If you want to spend more time pumping out videos and content for it, then yeah, you could do that. But, you know, for me, like, it already feels like it's been forever. And I've been, like, just dumping content on you guys left and right for the past, like, 8 months, you know? So it's just been nonstop, you know? Absolutely, like, just nonstop. And I'm almost there. I'm almost there at the very, very end of it all, you know? Granted, my ass went and decided to holy fuck, what is this commentary track? I decided to do another playthrough for Resident Evil 3 and then RE4, which is still ongoing. I don't want to pick that game up again and start playing it again until I am like done with these videos and I could free up like just a fuck ton of space on my storage and just like have at it with the recordings, you know? But yeah, like I got like 3 other playthroughs coming up. Granted, you know, Alan Wake 2, I'm already in the middle of that at this point, you know, so like that'll be done within a week and a half or so, and then RE3 will probably be done around that same point in time because RE3 is a really short game. There's not going to be many videos for that. It's just going to be like at max like 10 to 12 videos, you know? And that's including the story and the trophy videos and all that extra stuff, you know. I 100%ed that whole game. So that video is going, that playthrough, you know, that and Alan Wake 2 will more than likely end around the same time. And then when RE4 begins, I'm not going to play through another game. I'm not going to have another playthrough. I'm just going to make RE4 the last game that I focus on, because the reason why I played through it is because honestly, like, RE2, RE3, RE4, they're games that you all kind of have to play through in a row, or you're going to want to play through them in a row. Like, when you get through RE2, you're going to want to play through RE3, and then when you play through RE3, you're going to want to play through RE4, you know, and it just is, like, bound to happen. But thankfully for me and my sake and us, you know, RE4 is the most recent remake that we have, so, you know, we don't have any more remakes of Resident Evil right now currently, so yeah, I mean, and I did want to play through, I'm glad that I'm playing through RE4 Remake, because I somehow had a feeling I was going to at some point, you know, like, me last year, my big game that I was obsessed with was the Dead Space remake. That to me was like one of that was like the remake that I gravitated towards because I fucking love Dead Space. But what's ironic about that is Dead Space wouldn't exist without RE4. Literally, like the creators of that game were obsessed with RE4 to the point to where they wanted to do RE4 like in space, and they gave us Dead Space, which was kind of like Alien meets, The Thing meets Event Horizon, and I've seen all those movies now, and it honestly, that is like my particular taste, what I enjoy the most in like sci-fi films, like sci-fi horror, like that blend is just like something about it, man. The Dead Space games have always been my favorite, and I loved the Dead Space remake a lot. Like, still do. I would love to replay that game, but like honestly, like I've beaten it on Impossible, and I didn't even find it that hard. It was an easy game to get through. Like I died a couple of times, but like it still wasn't like the worst thing ever to get through, and it was a short but sweet experience. RE4 remake might be better though. I don't know. I haven't beaten it yet. I've put like I think 15 hours in at this point, and it's not even like my first playthrough. Like I know I'm gonna play through the game several times, to get that platinum. And my I might do my easy mode run like second, and then make like professional mode like my last run of the game. To be honest, but I think I'm gonna have to play through the game more than that, sadly. There's no problem with that because I'm really, really enjoying the game a lot. Like I think it is a great game. Like I said, like I can't speak on it being better than the Dead Space remake because I haven't beaten the game yet. Like in the actual story, I'm literally like I would say like halfway through it right now. So like the story's good. It's a little out there and ridiculous. I think it's probably better in the remake. I've heard they've improved on the story a lot in the remake. In the main game, it didn't really make much sense. By the way, getting back onto the video for a sec, this guy right here triggers a shrine quest. Again, I don't know if you need to have all of the shrine quests triggered in order to get that 100% completion. That is one of the few things that you're going to see after I beat the final boss in this game, is like when I go back, is me filling out the compendium and also the map and the missing shrine quest. But you talk to this guy over here by I think it's the Spring of Wisdom, and it basically just triggers it. But we've already done it, so yeah, there we go. Completed. I think we have 2 recipes left now to cook. And then we're finally going to be done with the recipes, which is good for us because honestly, fuck the recipes. By the way, the cold darners, warm darners, electric darners, all of those bugs, you can find them at most of the stables. There are videos online, channels online. Just look up warm darners, cold darners, like locations and all of that. And you'll find some YouTubers that will tell you exactly which like beetle like stable you can go to talk to Beetle and basically buy the bugs. Energetic rhino beetles, like beetles and all that, you're gonna have to find in the environments with pretty much everything you could look up online, where to find each and every single thing if you're having trouble with it, and you can get an idea of where everything is. But like the hardest stuff to find in this game for me, in my opinion, is going to be like the fish. The fish are really hard to farm for. They take a lot of time because the fish basically respawn every like 2 in-game day cycles. So like 48 minutes of game time, and the fish respawn, and they don't always all respawn. So it takes a long time to grind for the fish. Bugs are not that hard. It just is really like kind of like the time of the day and the weather and everything, and using your Chica sensor, and you can find the bugs, like I would say, like relatively stress free. It takes a lot less time, but like dragon parts you can farm. For the I guess I'm going over the materials already because I'm getting ourselves prepared for this. This is a mini game, by the way. There are 2 mini games that I show to you guys in this because honestly, this whole game, Tears of the Kingdom, is pretty light on mini games. So, whatever mini game we do go to, I figured I would basically show it. items, like I do use the duplication glitch, and for my duplication glitch, basically you only need to have one of each item in order to start the duplication trick. But certain items with my trick and method can't be duplicated, like fishes, bugs, living creatures, anything like that. And then zonite devices like zonite and zonite charges. Zonite, you grind for it at the like spiral area in the depths down on like the right side of the map. Like that is the best place to go and grind for zonite. You do that a few times, grind there a couple times, you can literally buy all of the fucking zonite charges that you need within, I would say, like 30-40 minutes of game time. And by the way, if you go halfway across the map and sleep 2 times and then come back to any shop or anywhere in the game, the items that you're looking for will respawn again, so you don't have to wait for them to respawn. But you do have to like go rest like halfway across the world twice, like 48 hours in order to get it to respawn. Like fishes and stuff though, like bugs, certain bugs, you can't. You have to literally wait out the game for 40 something minutes in order for those things to respawn. So yeah, this is a pretty chill part of the video here, me doing this mini game. It's basically just like to get through all of the rings in X amount of time, and we're gonna get paraglider fabric for this. We're working on the paraglider fabric again. We're not actually missing that many, or that much paraglider fabric at this point in time. But, so yeah, so this doesn't really take up that much of the video here. Just another, like, couple extra minutes or so of this. But, yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, it's a new mini game that we haven't seen yet, so I figured I would literally just show the whole thing off. Not like it's a hard mini game, but it's still cool. It's extra content that I want to show and cover. There's another mini game that we do. It's a lot shorter, that I'm going to be showing in a little bit. I don't know when. I still have to talk for another, like, 26, 27 minutes or so. But yeah, that's the end of that. New record. Well done, soldier. If you do this, she basically gives you the, what does she give us? I think it's the Gerudo fabric, right? Yep, Gerudo fabric. Now, pretty much all the rest of these fabrics, if I'm not mistaken, yes, I think we're going there. You have to basically take a picture of the actual, like, what is being, like, woven on, like, reworked onto the paraglider, and use it as reference in order to register it. Like, meaning you have to take a picture of it, then go to this guy in the shop, like I'm about to right now, and say, hey, I have, I want to rework your paraglider, I have a new reference. You show him the photo, and then he can create a new paraglider fabric for you. So there are like 6 or 7 different paraglider fabrics that I still did not have. So you rework paraglider, I have a new reference, you basically show it to him, and when you do that, he'll remake it for you. And this is like the Kuko fabric. But yeah, you have to take a picture of several things here. The horse, the Stalnox. I'm not sure if it has to be a Stalnox or if it can't just be any Hinox. I don't know. That's one you guys can look up on your own. But just take a picture of the Stalnox. You guys know where that guy is from the boss medals. You have to take a picture of a Lino, which I'm pretty sure we already did this earlier in the video, but you got to do it again in order to get these paraglider fabrics. You have to get a picture of an Aracuda, which are these flying creatures here. This is by the Wind Temple, like the islands that you have to climb up in order to get up to the Wind Temple. You have to get a picture of, let's see, what is this? I forgot. I believe it's a bear, yeah, mountainous bear. I don't know why out of all of them, he picks a bear for some reason, like, as a fabric. And then I believe you gotta take a picture of, yeah, an ostrich, which again is very random. But in this one area in Death Mountain, with the railings, you put the sensor on, you just ride around on the railings, you can find these guys super quick. They're not hard to find at all. But yeah, you basically just replace all those pictures, and then you take each and every single picture to him, and he'll basically rework them all into all of the remaining paraglider fabrics that were missing at this point in time. And, you know, for the ones that we don't have at the end of this, those are basically the amiibo ones, and like I've said several times, I don't give a fuck about that, about the amiibos at all. They're just, they don't interest me whatsoever, you know, and I think it's kind of, I mean, I'm already a huge ass Zelda nerd. I don't need to be even more nerdy fucking ordering, like, buying pieces of plastic that you tap onto your controller and it gives you, like, an extra, like, outfit or, like, booster something. It's like, I'm sorry, but it's just like all the extra shit that you buy in, like, Fortnite, for example. I know Fortnite is, like, every hater's go-to now for, like, why modern games have really gone downhill, but I don't know. Now look at our freaking horse, dude. Freaking Goldie. It'd be cool if with these, like, he actually reworked them similar to how the actual picture looks and is framed, kind of like the stable quest where you get the pictures for the stable and they make a portrait of it, but it's like a portrait of, like, the exact angle that you took a picture from, you know? But yeah, I mean, I would just recommend getting all these pictures done so you can come and do them all in a row like I'm doing. It does look like it has to be a Style Nox. Okay, so I was right about that. Answer confirmed. Just hope you guys watch the rest of this and get that answer and haven't given up now at this point. So this is all of the fabrics. So these are all finally done, and I'm choosing the Gleeok fabric because to me it's the one that looks the coolest. And now I'm going to be showing you guys the very first duplication glitch that I used. This one is nowhere near as effective, and I would not recommend doing this, but I'm going to show it to you guys anyway. This is at Dueling Peak Stable here, where the band performs. Come up to the top here with the horse next to you. Equip 4 diamonds, or 5, because that's the one that I'm duplicating. Right as you run off the edge, press pause, press minus, go to a memory, play a memory. You can skip it, and then when the memory is over, press pause again, select the 5 diamonds, press minus, play the memory one more time, and skip it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. You can skip these every single time. Then when the memory is over, just press B, or no, hold the 5 items again, press B, exit out, and if you do it right, when you land on the horse, you'll see the diamonds fall beside you there. Then press right on the right bumper and then up like you're about to throw something. And when you throw the diamonds, you're going to see that it starts off X0 and then X minus 1, X minus 2, X minus 3. You're going to throw however many you're trying to duplicate, which in our case is 5, out. And then when you get off the horse, you're going to have an additional 5 that you're holding. So we basically went from 5 diamonds there to 20 or to 10 in the span of like less than a minute. This is a really, really hard trick to pull off, though. It's really, really hard, and I would not recommend it. It looks easy, but trust me, you have to press pause at literally the right exact moment, and you have to be falling off onto an exact part of the horse. It took me hours to master this just to get up to like 100,000 rupees, so I would not recommend it. I have a way better duplication glitch that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. But this is just the first one that I figured I would show to you guys anyway, because I used the rupees that I got from this in order to finish the compendium and fully fill it out for us. But we're also going to need rupees to fully upgrade all of our armor. So, I mean, I'm going to go over that. Obviously, we're not there yet, but this is one of the duplication glitches that you can use. Now, keep in mind, I got to let you guys know right now, this game has this thing where if there are more than 21 items on the floor, 21 items on the floor at the same time, the items that you've duplicated will start to despawn and disappear. Meaning, if you want to duplicate more than that, if you want to duplicate like 100 diamonds, you need to go to the device dispenser and clog it up basically and do that whole trick. I'm going to go into that again later in the video. I just used this to sell him about 20 to get the amount of rupees I needed in order to fill out the compendium, which we're going to do right now, minus the elite pictures, which again, I've already said, are pictures you cannot buy until after you've beaten the final boss and are put back before that point in time. But this is about 17,000 rupees, so I did grind a little more off camera with the duplication glitch here. So we're going to take a break from rupee farming and all this shit to do world exploration, and this is a majority of the areas on the map that I was still missing out on that I had to trigger. So a lot of cave entrances, a lot of cave exits, a lot of bridges and, you know, forests down in the depths and stuff that you're going to see in a pretty short amount of time. About, I would say, like 10 to 12 minutes or so. I think the hardest area to fill out on the map is Hyrule Castle, but, you know, regardless, I managed to get it done. I'm doing my best here to guide you guys, like, through everything that we're doing, walk you through everything that we're doing in this portion of the video. But yeah, I was basically trying to get that map completion here. I didn't get it by the end. Spoilers, there were still a couple locations I was missing, but I found them. But basically, I used there's a YouTuber online. He has 3 separate videos, one for the surface, one for the Sky Islands, and one for the depths, where he starts at the top left-hand side of the screen and just slowly scrolls through and goes through the entire map in kind of like a zigzag pattern in about 20 minutes. You have that video on, you know, half speed, and you have your TV up at the same time, and you could just basically mimic him and find the areas that you're missing on the map and mark them up while you're watching the video, essentially, because his map is 100% complete, meaning that everything that's supposed to be there is there. When I say, again, I've talked about this over and over and over again, but I'm gonna re-emphasize for all of you who are out there are struggling with getting the 100%, every single named location on the map, no matter what it is, needs to be there in order for you to get that 100% location or completion. Meaning, if it's a shop, if it's a merchant, if it's a fairy fountain, if it's a pit, if it's a chasm entrance, if it's a cave, if it's a forest in the middle of, you know, the depths, if it's a mine in the middle of the depths, if it's a Zonai device dispenser up on one of the Sky Islands, everything needs to be registered on the map in order for you to get that 100% completion. And all you got to do in order to do that is travel near it. Like, literally walk right near it, and when the text pops up and it says saving, that means that usually it's, boom, it's there on the map and you got it done. So there were about like 5 name locations I was missing by the time I beat the final boss, and it took me about 2 hours to find them, which sounds like a lot of time, but most of that time was literally me just scrolling through a mostly completed map, you know. So do it exactly that way, I suggest. If you don't want to do it that way, that's fine. If you want to look at an actual map, cool. But, like, you know, I would recommend doing it that way to fill out the map. It is the one part that is, if you're truly going for that 100% completion, here's the guards chamber. I think that was one of the locations that I needed. And the other one I needed here, I think, was the east entrance, which is down here by the, or west passage, which is down here by the train tracks. But you know, it really was one of the worst parts. It's one of the things that's going to drive you the most crazy if you're going for that 100%, you know, like the fact that you're missing areas on the map, because the map is already so massive. I mean, there's multiple maps, so, you know, it's a lot. But I did get through it, and I did knock most of it out here in this particular chunk of this video, which is good. So this is basically an example of the cave entrances and exits being triggered. You know they're triggered because you're going to see the logo pop up on the map, so you're going to know exactly that it was triggered here. Here I had a little fountain, like spring that I was, or like a fountain that I was missing out on, just randomly chilling there in the middle of the map. That was like an area I didn't go to at all, even when I was hunting for the Koroks. So I spilled my energy drink on myself. When you're hunting for the Koroks, you're gonna explore most of the map anyway, and when you're clearing out the caves, you're gonna explore a lot of the map as well. So, the map exploration is ridiculous in this game. It absolutely is ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, if you do things the way I do it, you know, you'll get to a point where you'll have most of it done by the end of the game. So you won't even have to worry as much. This is the one cave I was telling you guys about where we had the way earlier in the playthrough where we had the Goron side quest where you had to find the place and let the sun rise and take a picture of the ground with the sun shining on it. There's a top hole there where the sun shines in through. That hole technically counts as an entrance. So like little shit like that, you could easily miss out on that and not trigger that part of the map, and it just would drive you crazy. It really feels like in certain aspects of this game they were definitely trolling you with that stuff. But I feel like some of these caves here I like actually never fully got down to like the exploration and stuff. So that's why you see me like walking around here just kind of fooling around. But excuse me. Jesus, that was nasty. This one's cool. There's a cave entrance literally in the mouth of the skull. And again, it takes you down into a cave that I don't know if we've been in here or not. Yeah, this is like an enemy like monster lair. I didn't really bother to help this guy out because I didn't care, to be honest. I just was on a separate mission at this point. But yeah, here I try to get one of these sticky lizards. A lot of the lizards, by the way, can also be bought at the same like beetle merchant areas, like at the stables where you go to buy the darners and stuff too. So a lot of the lizards and beetle and like electric darners, worm darners, like all those bugs are super easy to grind for because all you gotta do is that trick where you go to the shop, buy them all, and then go and rest somewhere for 2 days, come back, and then just repeat that for like an hour, and you'll have all the bugs that you need. So for the most part, the bugs aren't bad. It's literally just the fishing that sucks, you know? So be on top of the fishing from the beginning, guys. If you're not, you're going to hate yourself later on down the line when you're so close to being done and like you still got to do this and this and that. And it's just like, you know? But yeah, yeah, Jesus Christ. Two hours and 42 minutes in. Jeez. This is definitely a record for me. Definitely a record. Thankfully, I won't have that much to edit left. Just gotta make this big ass list. Let me look at this shit. Now that I have the time. How many fucking pages this is, you know? I literally went out and bought the strategy guide for y'all. Because I'm that dedicated to this. Where the fuck are ya? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Going through the map stuff. This shit is still confusing to read, by the way. This strategy guide. I don't feel like it's like a fully like a really like helpful strategy guide. For the most part, I'm really down and dirty, and that I just fucking right away go for everything, you know, and try to get it all as much as I could done, you know. All right, upgrade material list. Wait, what? Oh. Dude. Oh my god. You guys. If this has already done this for me, I'm going to be so happy. It looks like this is... I don't see any repeating items. Okay, perfect. I mean, I don't think it'll take me as long to make this list as I thought it was going to initially, but yeah, I'm just gonna probably read this to you guys while all of that is playing out, and hopefully that'll be helpful enough for you guys. I mean, this strategy guide, it seems, has already kind of broken this down for me a little bit, you know. Amber, luminous stone, opal, flint, sapphire, topaz, ruby, diamond. I just need to, like, fucking time myself and see how long it's going to take for me to read all of this to you guys. Yeah, I'll just read this to you guys, and you take it or leave it. You know, if you want to write it down, make your own list, or turn it into a recording, help yourself out, go for it. I am not particularly keen on, you know, putting in more work than I have to at this point, because I've already put a lot of work in, as you guys can tell with this. And this thing even shows you, like, farming locations too. Okay, well, here we got, you know, another list that I could break down if I wanted to. Honestly, if I want to do this the honest way, I might have to just create the list off of this, you know? Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm going to have to do. That's what I'm going to do. Because I don't trust that other condensed version. But yeah, I mean, maybe I could just read each individual set to you guys, but I just feel like it would be easier for you guys if I made a list of each and every single material and how many rupees you need in total to, like, do everything, upgrade everything from scratch, basically. So that's definitely going to be some work for me. Not looking forward to it, but I'm just going to probably get it done. You know, I'm going to force myself to get it done. So now we're going to... this is the last name location that I go to. Now I'm going to show you guys the other duplication glitch. This is the one that I ended up using that really, really helped me. By the way, but actually before we do the duplication glitch, I'm going to show you guys a quick tip here. The dragons, go on IGN guides. The dragons on IGN guides, they have the maps for all of the different patterns that the dragons go on throughout the map. It may seem a lot tougher to find them because they're moving around constantly and they don't have any set location. But if you just fast travel back and forth between the towers on their path and keep launching yourself up and, like, looking around, you'll be able to find them. In order to farm for the dragon parts, all you gotta do is chill on the top of the dragon, get the dragon piece that you need, wait about 10 minutes in game time, and then when the dragon starts glowing again, then you can start farming off of it again. That's a good way to farm for the dragon parts. Now this right here is the Great Sky Islands, the Zonai dispenser, and I'm going to show you guys the actual trick that I used, the duplication glitch that I used. So in order to do this, we need to have at least one of the item, or at the max 4 in our inventory. If you have any more than that, you need to drop it on the floor and basically discard it. You can only have 4 times while you're doing this duplication glitch. You also need to create an invention here, just 2 fans, and glue them together at like a 90-degree angle, perfect 90-degree angle like this. Once you have it registered, you can keep building with auto build as long as you have, you know, the zonite for it. Set the fans next to the door, like the little flap that opens when you use this dispenser. Take whatever item you're trying to duplicate. In this case, for me, it was the amber. Drop it in. You'll notice that the hatch stays open. Now we're going to take the fan and basically clog it up so that when we drop items in here and store items in here, they don't like end up pouring through. They'll be stuck in there until we remove the fans, basically. So move the fan up like that until it starts like spazzing out, basically, and then like I said, you need to have at least, you can't have more than 4 of these in your inventory. Whatever item you're trying to duplicate, you can't have more than 4. For the actual trick itself, we're going to press plus, we're going to summon Minoru, we're going to mount Minoru, press plus again, then we're going to use the right bumper to go back there, and we're going to dismiss her, press minus, go to the adventure log, play a memory. Again, you can skip it. You don't need to fully watch the whole thing. And this is like lagging a lot for me. Press plus, go back here, equip, hold the 4 items that you're trying to duplicate. Then press minus again to go back into the adventure log to basically replay the memory here, but like I don't know what's taking me so long here, but like I said, you can only have 4 maximum for this, so replay the memory, skip, and then basically we're gonna press B to exit out. Link's gonna fall down. We're gonna press right bumper up on the D-pad like we're about to throw something, and we're going to start throwing the item that we're trying to duplicate. Again, in this case, it was the amber onto the floor. It says X0, as you guys can tell, even though we have 4 technically. But you're basically, the whole glitch is working, I think, because we've registered it in a way to where Link in the inventory screen is still holding the 4 items, which means when we come out of the inventory screen, we can throw an additional 4 on the floor. When you go back into the inventory screen, select anything, it doesn't matter what you select, and then drop it all on the floor, and now we have 4 extra ambers, basically. So that's how the duplication glitch works. You can have a bunch of them on the floor as long as it doesn't exceed 16, because like I said, anything more than 20 items on the floor, they start to despawn. When you're ready to take all of these items out, this is the part that's going to give your body a fucking workout here. You're gonna pull the fan out, move to the side, get closer. As soon as you pull the fan out, these things are going to start fucking pouring out of the dispenser, and you're going to have to mash that button really fucking fast, as you can tell, because the items are literally pouring out. But this is it. This is the trick here. This is the only way at the time that I knew that how to duplicate everything that I needed in a large amount without having to worry about them despawning and me having to do the trick over and over. So I started off with 5 ambers there, and now I have like 115. Again, this is the last thing I'm going to go over. If it's an item that is elemental and reacts when you throw it on the floor, you're going to have to do the exact same trick, but a little different. Basically, because if you throw it on the floor, like let's say it's a scale or like a gliok horn, it's gonna like explode in your face, and you're gonna waste an item there and gonna have to duplicate even more. So the only difference that we're doing here is when we exit out, we're gonna get into position where we're gonna throw the item, but we're gonna throw the item up into the air instead, and then bring it back down with recall, and then just stop basically and let the item fall down to the floor. This is the only way you can duplicate elemental materials like gliok horns, ice fruits, yada yada yada, without them blowing up in your face and getting wasted and you having to spend more time than you need to. But that's all I'm going to show for now. I will be back when I am ready to read my list to you guys for all of the upgrades. So I will see you guys when I see you. Okay, so I've got my long-ass fucking list here. Thankfully, it was a little bit easier to put together thanks to the strategy guide narrowing things down for me. I'm going to read this to you guys. Mind you, this long-ass list I'm about to read you is everything you need to fully upgrade every single armor set that is upgradable, excluding the amiibos, from scratch, basically. I've added up each material to its grand total of what you need for each material. So the amount of rupees you are going to need to fully upgrade everything is 82,080 rupees. That's all the rupees you're going to need to fully upgrade everything, and these are all the materials. So, you need 665 ambers, 450 luminous stones, 376 opals, 367 flints, 121 sapphires, 121 topazes, 121 rubies, 27 diamonds, 105 giant bright bloom seeds, 90 bright bloom seeds, 60 dazzle fruits, 30 mighty bananas, 15 volt fruits, 9 shock fruits, 9 fire fruits, 9 ice fruits, 90 swift violets, 75 sundelions, 72 silent princesses, 24 electric safflinas, 24 blue nightshades, 10 swift carrots, 9 warm safflinas, 9 mighty thistles, 9 cool safflinas, 30 sizzlefin trouts, 30 chillfin trouts, 30 stealth fin trouts, 30 volt fin trouts, 15 sneaky river snails, 15 glowing cave fish. Next page. 15 Hyrule basses, 9 hardy basses, 9 razor claw crabs, 39 rush shrooms, 24 silent shrooms, 15 sun shrooms, 15 chill shrooms, 15 zap shrooms, 15 bright caps, 15 razor shrooms, 9 puff shrooms, 39 deep fireflies, 30 hot-footed frogs, 30 sticky frogs, 24 sticky lizards, 24 smother-wing butterflies, 21 hightail lizards, 15 summer wing butterflies, 15 winter wing butterflies, 15 sunset fireflies, 15 warm darners, 15 cold darners, 15 fireproof lizards, 15 electric darners, 9 energetic rhino beetles, 9 bladed rhino beetles, 9 thunderwing butterflies, 5 hardy lizards, 103 star fragments, 15 shard of Nadra's spike, 15 shard of Ferocious spike, 15 shard of Dinrail's spike, 3 light dragon talons, 5 of Ferocious horns, 5 of Nadra's scales, 5 Dinrail's horns, 5 Nadra horns, 3 shard of Nadra's fangs, 3 light dragon scales, 3 Nadra claws, 3 Dinrail scales, 3 shard of light dragon's fangs, 3 shard of Dinrail's fangs, 3 Ferocious claws, 3 Dinrail claws, 3 Ferocious scales, 3 shard of Ferocious fangs, 3 light dragon horns, 190 large zonite, 150 regular zonite, 114 large zonite charges, 30 acorns, 15 dark clumps, 15 courser bee honeys, 54 ice breath Lizalfos tails, 48 fire breath Lizalfos tails, 48 Aracuda wings, 45 bokoblin guts, 45 fire keese wings, 42 Aracuda eyeballs, 39 ice keese wings, 33 keese wings, 33 yellow choo-choo jelly, 30 fire breath Lizalfos horns, 30 keese eyeballs, 30 ice breath Lizalfos horns. Page number 3 here. 24 white choo-choo jelly, 24 red choo-choo jelly, 18 Lizalfos tails, 15 blue bokoblin horns, 15 regular bokoblin horns, 15 electric keese wings, 15 moblin fangs, 15 Captain Construct 1 horns, 15 moblin guts, 15 soldier construct horns, 15 shock-like stones, 15 soldier construct 2 horns, 15 fire-like stones, 15 blue horriblin horns, 15 choo-choo jelly, 15 Hinox toenails, 15 ice-like stones, 9 bokoblin fangs, 9 Lizalfos horns, 9 boss bokoblin horns, 9 moblin horns, 6 octorok eyeballs, 5 octo balloons, 5 octorok tentacles, 54 electric Lizalfos tails, 50 Gibdo bones, 39 Horriblin guts, 33 Hinox guts, 33 electric Lizalfos horns, 24 Gibdo wings, 23 Molduga guts, 18 Frox guts, 15 black Horriblin horns, 15 Lizalfos talons, 15 black Lizalfos horns, 15 Captain Construct 2 horns, 15 blue Lizalfos tails, 15 Captain Construct 3 horns, 15 Hinox tooths, 15 Soldier Construct 3 horns, 15 Horriblin horns, 15 black Moblin horns, 15 Lionel hoofs, 15 Soldier Construct 4 horns, 15 blue Moblin horns, 15 blue Lizalfos horns, 15 black Bokoblin horns, 9 Obsidian Frox fangs, 9 blue-maned Lionel mace horns, 9 black boss Bokoblin horns, 9 Frox fangs, 9 Molduga jaws, 9 boss Bokoblin guts, 9 blue-maned Lionel saber horns, 9 blue boss Bokoblin horns, 9 black Hinox horns, 9 Frox fingernails, 6 Lionel mace horns, 6 Lionel saber horns, 5 Gibdo guts, 5 Molduga fins, 36 Gliok wings, 30 Lionel guts, 24 silver Bokoblin horns, 18 Gliok guts, 15 blue-white Frox fangs, and almost done. 15 Gliok frost horns, 15 Gliok flame horns, 15 Gliok thunder horns, 9 white-maned Lionel mace horns, 9 silver Lionel saber horns, 9 white-maned Lionel saber horns, 9 silver Lizalfos horns, 9 silver Moblin horns, 9 silver Lionel mace horns, and 9 silver boss Bokoblin horns. So that is every single material, resource, monster part, yada yada yada, that you need to grind, and the total amount for each and every single one according to the strategy guide. I trust this source here, honestly, because I used the internet when I made my list, and it ended up being inaccurate. But the Prima guides have never really let me down personally, and like I said, the Prima guide had a whole section where it basically broke down how much you need of each and every single material. I did have to do a little bit of math and add some numbers up, but for the most part, it took me about an hour and a half to put this whole list together, so nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. Again, I've already shown you guys my duplication glitch. It works 100%, not with everything, but 100% with the stuff that I said it works with. Everything else in the game, like, you know, the critters, the creatures, the, like, Zonai charges, all that stuff, and there's a list of things there, on, you know, in that category. That type of stuff you cannot use my particular duplication glitch with. But there is a YouTuber who I did find a duplication glitch with that apparently works for everything in the game, no matter what you want to duplicate. I'm going to try to see if I can find him right now because I have a little bit of time. So, Tears of the Kingdom duplication glitch. Let's see here. 2 weeks ago, max items, including, I believe it's this one right here, including fairies, explosives, all versions. So Gamer is Lifer seems to have a item duplication glitch for all game versions of Tears of the Kingdom, and basically, you know, if I don't know how accurate it is. You can check his video out. I haven't watched it fully. There's another video he uploaded 3 weeks ago, same topic, and it seems like it works for pretty much everything. I'm looking at a preview right now, and it seems like he's just like putting the items in a corner, and they're just kind of duplicating themselves. So, yeah, check him out if you feel so inclined, or if you want to stick with my duplication glitch, go for it. Like I said, mine didn't work for everything. There were still, a bunch of things on that list that I had to go and grind for, like the bugs, the fishes, some of the no, not the monster parts. It was more just like the bugs, the fishes, the zonite charges, fairies. That stuff I had to grind for the most part. But you don't really need fairies for everything, and not every single armor is going to require an upgrade in this game. There are definitely pieces that you pick up throughout the world that don't need any upgrades at all, thankfully. Like, let's say the Spirit Tracks armor, for example, doesn't require any upgrades or any rupees at all. It's pretty much already at its, like max level. But yeah, I mean, this is just about 10 more minutes or so of sped up footage of me finishing all of my upgrades. I had to return to the Fairy Fountain several times. The Ancient Heroes aspect, what I'm upgrading right now, costs a little bit more rupees to upgrade. Basically the tiers, like there's 4 separate stars that you get. When you're at 4 stars, you've maxed out your armor upgrade for that particular piece of armor. It usually costs 10 rupees for the first star, 50 rupees for the second star, 200 rupees for the third star, and then 500 rupees for the fourth star. That's every single piece of armor, excluding the Ancient Heroes aspect. That requires a little bit more rupees, but that number I gave you guys at the beginning, the 82,000, you can go back and look at it. That number is pretty much accurate. It's added up. Literally everything's added up into that one number. I've done you guys a huge solid, and I hope that if at least one of you crazy motherfuckers out there who's trying to do the same thing that I'm doing, you go and you take advantage of this duplication glitch and you utilize it, and you'll trust me, you will save so much time on this shit. And I hope that this list is accurate for you. It was accurate. I'm gonna say it's accurate because, like I said, it's based on the guide. The guide is usually pretty faithful and accurate to the game itself. So I'm hoping that if you follow that list, you'll have just enough rupees and all the everything that you need to basically go and fully upgrade everything once you have everything. Me personally, if you want to stick to my duplication glitch, go for it. Like I said, you're going to have to do a little extra legwork and grind for some stuff. If you want to check out that other YouTuber that I shouted out for you guys, go ahead and do it. Like I said, I'm not guaranteeing, one way is better than the other or whatever, but for me, I probably saved myself a lot of time. I still ended up putting in, I would say, at least 15, 20, 25 hours or so doing this, grinding for everything. And I don't actually show you guys the grinding part because I've already shown you the duplication glitch, and I've already given you a list of everything that you need and how much of everything that you need. Now I'm basically just showing you guys me maxing everything out. And yeah, as you can tell, I had to take multiple trips here. It wasn't like an instant, one trip done. I had to grind pretty hard for this, but we're here, at the end of this video, and I feel like I've done you guys enough of a solid, letting you guys know what you need and everything. So yeah, I mean, I know we've got a couple minutes left, so I just want to thank you guys for watching it. If you've watched all the way up until this point, I put an insane amount of work into this fucking video, but I'm free now for the most part. As soon as I'm done with this, I just do a little tweaks and then I'm done. Little tweaking and then I'm done. I can just fucking export this and call it. I mean, the playthrough won't be done. I'll still have the finale to work on, and I want to try to see if I can get that edited tonight. If not, it will be edited very, very soon. I know this was probably very unexpected, me throwing out a super long Zelda video. But I can't say it wasn't without warning. I told you guys several times leading up until this video that this video in particular is going to have a lot of shit packed into it. I didn't know it was going to be over 3 hours long, but whatever. I got it done, and I'm like so relieved and grateful at this point. I just have to continue with the filler talk for another 5 minutes, and this will finally be over, and I can like go to bed, but not really, because I have to fucking go to work now. I'm gonna probably go to work, tempt a couple jobs, come home, do some stuff, and then go and work again. But that's my personal shit. You guys don't really want to hear about that, I imagine. So I'm gonna take a hit because whatever, fuck it. I read the list a lot faster than I expected. I gave myself plenty of time to talk on, I would say, for the end of this, to give you guys tips and tricks and whatnot. So I'm going to take a hit, and I'm going to think about if there's anything else, any more tips I can give you. But for the most part, I feel like I've honestly covered everything, that I can for you guys. So, just... shit! I was trying not to cough. Jeez. Use the Sheikah sensor. Always use the Sheikah sensor when you're doing this. It helps you out immensely. If you're having trouble finding something, Google it or YouTube it or go on Reddit, GameFAQs, whatever. There are a million resources online. Just if you want an accurate list, take my list. Honestly, and if my list is incorrect, then I apologize. But if it isn't, my list is more accurate than any other list that you're going to find online. Trust me, because I spent so many hours putting a list together, and then after all this grinding, I came to the Fairy Fountain and realized that I still didn't have everything I needed to fully upgrade everything. And I looked back at the list and cross-referenced it with some of the outfit pieces and the requirements to fully upgrade them in the game, and I was like, this shit is inaccurate. Like, what the fuck? So at least the strategy guide will be a more accurate metric for you guys, I think. And I think it's good to still have at least, I don't know how many rupees you need to buy the elite pictures once you're done with the game, but I would have at least 10,000 in your wallet, by the time you're done with this. But like I said, you don't need as many rupees as you think. If you just exploit the fuck out of the duplication glitch and grind up diamonds and everything, you should have pretty much all of the rupees that you need to finish the rest of this out. And I think the max amount of rupees you can have in this game is 999,999 basically, I think, is the max amount. Pretty much one away from a million is the max amount that you can have. So that is it right there, you guys. We are officially done with the upgrades at this point. This is the final recording sesh, by the way. I'm just including this in here because I want the next part to just full stop from the beginning be, story stuff. And I'm gearing up at this point in time, just merging a bunch of weapons, doing a bunch of infusions. This piece right here, the Silver Lionel Saberhorn, is one of the most strongest monster parts you can use in combat. Just do some infusions, go and rest somewhere, get some potions, do whatever you need to do. Do your usual Zelda routine before you go and fight Ganon. If you're not ready yet, give yourself a little time. Go rest somewhere, take a break, and then when you're ready, pretty much just fast travel to Hyrule Castle. And next time on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I know we still got about a minute and 40-something seconds here, but I'm preparing you guys for it anyway. We're going to be going to Hyrule Castle and dropping down into the chasm down beneath Hyrule Castle, which is where Ganon currently is, by the way. That's where you go to find him. I figured that out a really long time ago in the playthrough when I did the very last story mission. No, it was the Master Koga. The Master Koga part. When we finally beat Master Koga, he gives you a pretty big clue, pretty big hint as to where Ganon is. It's not that hard to figure out. It's the same as Breath of the Wild. It's just he's a little more hidden this time around, so finding him can be a little trickier if you're not paying attention. But if you're very observant like me, you should have no trouble finding him. But Yeah, I mean, like I said, also place a travel medallion here because it helps out a lot. You should have 3 of them if you've been following me at this point. Use your travel medallions. They definitely help you out and save time as well. There are a lot of areas you have to go to, and places in these areas are very inconvenient sometimes. There are no fast travel points nearby, and utilizing those travel medallions can really fucking save your ass in a lot of time. So that is pretty much it for this video. Like I said, next time on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, we're doing it, guys. We're finally fucking doing it. We're beating the game. We have done literally everything else, and I am so excited. So if you like this, please comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the epic finale. Peace.